Check, check, check. Good Friday morning. Let's do this. Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1. Hop on that stream now. Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Like, follow, and subscribe. As always, you can listen to the show. Just download that Rock 106.1 app. It is free, App Store and Google Play. You can get us on your in-home smart speaker. Also the website, rock1061.com. Marshall, good morning.
Good morning. I'm awake, mostly. I'm awake and ready. You could say I'm erect. With excitement, Cotter. It is beer for breakfast. That was a pregnant pause. That's what we in the industry call a pregnant pause. I am erect with excitement, Cotter, for beer for breakfast today.
I'm sure Carly is excited to hear that.
Well, I mean, it's not about Carly. So today our special guest is actually Carly Wiggins from United Distributing.
Yes.
Thought it was someone else. Sorry, Eric. We're going to get to him next week. But Carly Wiggins from United Distributing is our guest today. She's bringing in two amazing beers. I can't wait to try them.
If you've never met Carly, she is just awesome. First met her when she was working at Southbound, now with United. She's just an amazing person. So haven't seen or talked to her in a while. So excited to have her in studio. I'm just excited. It's Friday. We've been doing the show for over 3 months now.
Are you erect with excitement?
About it being a Friday?
Yeah.
Yes, I am.
There it is.
Yes, I am.
Yeah, I could tell.
Full attention.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's like weekends now are way more precious that I've been getting up at 3 o'clock in the morning. But this weekend is especially precious for me because this whole week has been nothing but get up in the morning, do the show, get home, do work, and then go out and do something at night. I bring on the weekend. Bring on the weekend.
All right.
And, just I'll mow my yard. That will be the one adult thing I do this weekend.
Well, I'm proud. I'm proud of you. You made it through the week without hurting anyone or killing anyone. So congratulations. And you know what? You deserve it, little buddy.
Thank you. Thank you very much. We'll get through this Friday together and we'll head into the weekend. And it will be fantastic. All right, coming up on the show today, like we said, Carly from United, beer for breakfast, top of the 9 o'clock hour. Are you smarter than a community college dropout? That's at the bottom of the 8 o'clock hour. Got pork rinds. I have never had a pork rind in my 45 years on this planet. I will have my first pork rind today. I will review said pork rind.
And we'll break down some pork rind facts that you probably didn't know.
I found something that I don't know. I was erect for this.
Is it a mole?
No.
Oh, okay.
It's management tips written by a pimp. I'm like, we got to talk about this.
It's some interesting stuff.
How do you leave that alone? And then we'll kick off the show with the bout last night. Mayweather, Paul. So many people bought that fight. Could we get a Kingpin sequel or a Ted TV series? We'll talk about that. And the first story we'll kick it off with is about a gambling nun. It didn't go well when she embezzled a bunch of money from a Catholic school. We got that story coming up next. It is Cotter and Marshall on Rock 106.1. Here's Aaron Jones and Mercy.
But the Catholics are so gullible.
Got away with it.
I would say that's how she got away with it, for at least a little while. Morning, everyone. Happy Friday. Charles, who says, Happy Friday, Rainbows, Unicorns, Skittles, and Sunshine.
Yes.
All that business.
All of it.
Charles is erect with excitement for the weekend as well. I can tell. I can feel it. I can feel his aura.
You can feel
his excitement.
His erection?
Via his erection.
Okay. It's impressive. At least that's what I hear. So we've got hot and spicy pork rinds.
Did she send you regular ones, or did she just send you those?
It's like she knows I love these potato chips. Kitchen Cooked is a place in Illinois. Fortunately, they got bought out. They're not as good, but they're still good. And she sent me like 5 different bags of things from Kitchen Cooked, but only 1 bag of the potato chips, which I plowed through. They're done. But like 2 bags of popcorn. I hate bag popcorn. She did send me some barbecue chips, which those are pretty good. And then these pork rinds, which are coming in handy because they're now a bit.
Sweet. So we're going to do that, 8 o'clock?
Yeah, it's 8 o'clock.
I'm hearing the show around, so don't mind me.
We got about 2 minutes. First story is about a nun who embezzled almost $1 million for 10 years from a school. Damn. She finally got busted for it and could see some prison time. Probably will see some prison time. Then after that, sounds like the Farrelly brothers are working on a Kingpin sequel, TED TV series. A lot of people bought that Mayweather-Paul fight. They made crap tons of money. Just stupid. Today's call, comment, and text segment. What do you like to do alone? Probably should have done this one yesterday because Vic could have called in and been like, you already know. You already know what I like to do.
He doesn't call in on Thursdays.
It's Thursday. That's true.
Man, complete waste.
We've also got Fireaway Friday. We've got 3 songs from 2010. Cage the Elephant, In One Ear, getting no love so far. Godsmack, Love, Hate, Sex, Pain, and Stone Sour, Say You'll Haunt Me are the 3 choices today. I actually like that Cage the Elephant song better than Ain't No Rest for the Wicked.
Which one was it?
In One Ear.
Oh, okay.
All right, guys, got about 30 seconds. We'll dive into About Last Night. The Gambling Nun. All right, be right back. Good morning. Thank you for hanging out nice and early with us here on this Friday. Let's get into About Last Night. Story number 1, proving nobody is perfect. A retired Catholic nun has admitted to embezzling $835,000 over 10 years from a Catholic school in California, and it was all to fund her gambling habits. Sister Mary Margaret was the former principal of St. James Catholic School in Torrance, California. She used tuition fees and donations to pay for casino gambling expenses and credit card payments.
That's an average of a little under $100,000 a year. Once again, not a math guy, but I think it kind of breaks out to the effect of like $80,000 a year. She lost $80,000 a year gambling?
I don't know. I mean, it doesn't.
Am I related to her?
Well, I was gonna ask, man. If a lady of the Lord goes off the rails when it comes to gambling, right, you got no hope.
Yeah, it's not looking good for me for future, gambling marshal once they make gambling legal in Georgia.
Now, Sister Mary Margaret actually took a vow of poverty 18 years ago. Obviously, must have had her fingers crossed, like behind her back, when she took that vow. She was diverting money from the school's tuition and donation account initially to a savings account that allegedly funded the living expenses of the nuns who work at the school. But then she started taking the money for herself. She falsified reports. She had employees destroy financial records.
Yes.
She was really trying hard to cover her tracks, and it only came out after she retired in 2018. They did an audit, and they're like, how are we missing almost $1 million?
So this needs to be like a movie or a TV series. Like The Nun on the Run. Come on, man. I want to see this. Like, this story is absolutely incredible. The only thing that makes this thing better is if there's guns or drugs involved. And at some point, there's got to be.
Yes.
And if not, just embellish a little bit. Like, throw some guns and drugs in there. I am all about this sister. What's her name? Sister
Mary Margaret.
Oh my God.
It's perfect, right?
Perfect. Let's go. I want to watch this on Netflix next year.
The only thing I'm bummed out about with this story is it doesn't tell us what she played. I mean, I'm curious to see how does she lose, or I mean, at least gamble away almost $1 million. I mean, slots, cards, what?
Yeah, I don't know. That's actually a really great question. I'm actually bummed out because when they confronted her about it, she just immediately was like, "Yeah, that was me."
Right?
Didn't even try to lie a little bit. Come on.
She says she's very remorseful and sorry for any harm she caused. She also said she had a mental illness that clouded her judgment.
Yeah, she had a mental illness of always betting on red when it was black.
40 years in prison is what she could face. She's going to court July 1st. I mean, she's going to go to jail, right?
She's 79 years old.
Do you think they feel bad for her because she's almost 80, or did they throw her in jail?
I think they'll throw her in jail for I don't know, a minute, and then they'll just let her out. I mean, she has outside of this whole gambling and stealing $1 million thing, she has a pretty good track record. She's a first-time offender, I'm guessing.
This is a big offense, though.
Yeah. But her name's Sister Mary Margaret.
Come on. True.
You really going to throw her in jail for a long time?
No. I want to see this movie. I'm right there with you.
Yeah.
All right, coming up next, story number 2. Kingpin could be getting a sequel. Also, Ted, Seth MacFarlane's movie about the talking teddy bear, getting a TV show. So we'll get to both of those next. Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1. All right. I'm going to get my coffee.
Big Tim messaged just a moment ago on our chat saying, "Hey, gents, might want to get someone to look into it, but it's all static over here in Beaufort."
We've had, there was some tower issues last night. So we were put on backup power. So that is actually probably the issue right now. So apologies. There was an issue with something feeding the line through at the tower site. So Tim went over last night. I hadn't got an update from him yet. So maybe when Tim the engineer jumps on, we can figure that out. But there was an issue at the tower. So I'm guessing that's still the problem. But thank you for bringing it up. Please always do, because sometimes, we're unaware of issues. But there was a problem last night.
All right, then. There you go. There's the truce. All right, guys, thanks for hanging around this morning. I got a hell of a nap yesterday. Almost an all-timer. I think I slept for an hour and a half, which I usually don't do. It's usually an hour or less for the typical morning show guy nap in the afternoon. But that was real nice yesterday. That was a fun surprise when I woke up a half an hour later than what I usually do. Apparently must have slept right through the alarm. Anyway, excited for the show today. Obviously, Beer for Breakfast with Carly Wiggins of United Distributing. And then we're going to take you right into the weekend. This weekend seems like another kind of chill weekend. Not a ton of stuff to do overall, but there's a few things that we'll definitely highlight. Cotter mentioned it earlier, but I probably should mow my front yard as well. Got my backyard done just a few days ago, but it absolutely poured on me right at the very end of it, so I didn't get to my front yard.
Yeah, my backyard it's like a jungle now. It's bad.
Yeah,
I mean, I let the dog out last night. I'm just looking at it. I'm like, ugh.
You couldn't see him after a while?
I know, he's just lost. Just see the tail wagging. No, it's bad. I gotta do that this weekend. So is it? I don't think it's supposed to rain, right? No, or is it supposed to be what it's been doing like the past?
It's like every other day's rain. It just depends on the day.
Okay. Let's see. A 70% chance of rain on Saturday. That's awesome. 40 on Sunday. God dang it.
Sister Mary Margaret sounds so stereotypical for a name of a nun.
Exactly.
Truthfully, it is. I don't know if I've ever noticed Big Tim on the chat before. Big Tim on Twitch. Thanks for hanging out, man.
Welcome, sir. We had an issue. There was something else, minor issue, and I reached out to Tim. I'm like, hey, man, can you look into this? He's like, I am knees deep in issues with towers, man. I'm like, okay, fine. So.
Yeah, I'm guessing if you mentioned that it was with the line, that's obviously an issue.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't sound, let's see. It didn't sound like it was the end of the world or anything. I felt bad because I was napping. I got a late nap yesterday before going into Coach's Corner.
Okay.
And then I woke up and there's like 7 missed texts between A-Dub and Tim the engineer, just with all the information. I was like, oh, yeah, short. That's what it was. Short somewhere. So.
Interesting.
Yep. So.
Sorry, Big Tim.
Yeah, we're working on it. Hopefully we'll get it fixed sooner rather than later. Not a studio issue. That's a fair question. No. We're not off the air. I wouldn't call backup, us being put on backup, a problem. I mean, if we would go off the air because there was a tower issue, how does that affect the studio issue for Cake Day? I think that is something we might need to figure out.
No, I mean, if it's a tower issue, that's beyond the studio.
Okay.
In my eyes.
I'm fine with that, yeah.
Yeah, that's a beyond us type of thing. Like if it's a studio issue or like the computer crashed and would not come back on the other day, like
yeah,
that's obviously an issue. But I know I wouldn't say any tower issues really are our fault or Tim's fault in regards to that.
Yeah, no.
When there's a short in a line,
that's not.
What are you going to do about that?
So excited. Mexican cake calling my name tonight.
Are you drinking some Mexican cake tonight?
I'm going to drink it tonight. I'm going to drink a bottle of it tonight. I'm going to stop since my wife and youngest are in Illinois and neither of them eat meat. I'm going to get some steaks. I'm going to grill out some steaks for Keith and I tonight. He's got his D&D game at 8:30.
So you better get those steaks made before then.
Gonna get the steaks done nice and early.
Piece of shit, Dad.
Nice
Make me food before my thing starts. That nun got hooked with bar bingo, gateway to gambling addiction. Hell yeah, dude. I was doing bar bingo last night. Dude, it was rocking.
Yeah?
It was rocking at bingo last night.
That's cool.
I walked into the draft room in Berwick, and I'm like, it was so bad. I mean, just the bar was absolutely jammed. Our girl Haley, who runs the bar, actually had the day off, so everyone was like, it was a frenzy. And then I had like patrons coming up to me. You know, like I had ties last night. There were so many people playing bingo. I had a couple ties, and one of the people was a regular, and she lost the tiebreaker. So she looks at me and she goes, "Well, just give me a beer." And I'm like, "Well, hey, Gina, I can't do that." She's like, "Well, Haley's not here. We'll just tell Jeremy to give me a beer." And I go, "Gina, do you think I'm just going to tell the bartender to give you a free beer just because the boss isn't here? They give me the money. Do you think I would even chance that?" She goes, "Good point."
I guess.
Yeah,
kudos,
man.
Kudos to her for trying.
So yesterday I had an education laid out on me. So as soon as we got done with the show, A-Dub and I ran over to the trustees garden for another walkthrough.
Right.
Very informative, just going over like where we're going to place bars and everything.
Yeah.
It's going to be super cool. I mean, it's going to be super easy to go and grab yourself a beer that day or a liquor drink. But afterwards, I went to go get the Plectos, the French-made fish.
Yes.
The French-made fish for Hefe. We talked about this yesterday on the show. Hefe's tank gets a little dirty. This Plectos fish is supposed to clean the tank. So the biggest lesson I learned yesterday is this Plectos fish was this big.
Okay.
This tiny. I was informed, and after doing some Google research, confirmed it grows up to 2 feet long. and being that it's in a 3-gallon tank, which is about 1.5 feet tall and maybe less than a foot wide, obviously will not work.
I don't want to go there.
It literally grows up to 20 inches long.
Yeah, that'd be a little big.
It would wrap around multiple times. It would have the worst life. So I did not buy a Plectos fish yesterday.
Good call.
But I did buy something else. So yesterday, after talking to, I think her name was, I don't know, Kaden? I don't know. Started with a K. the person that was selling me fish sold me on snails.
Okay.
So I actually have bought a twin pair of snails.
Twins?
I got twins, baby. I got twins for Hefe's tank.
All right.
So next week, we're actually going to take suggestions today, and I'll mention this again. Once again, we have bought twin snails. They're chicks. Everyone loves chicks. What's up? And we're going to name the twin snails next week on the show.
Okay.
So I'm very excited about this. So, yeah. Wow, what a beta education I got yesterday. It was crazy.
So the snails will take care of all the gross stuff.
Snails will clean up the algae slowly.
Sure, they're snails.
Plus, the good thing is with the beta fish may try to attack the snails, but obviously they have the protection.
Yeah.
And their eyes are so tiny when they pop out, apparently it's very hard for the beta to even damage them. So,
okay, nice.
Snails, built-in armor. They're ladies. I'm excited.
Okay, perfect.
So that's what I did for about an hour yesterday.
Damn. All right, guys. We'll be right back. Story number 2. Story number 2 about last night. Looks like we could get a sequel to Kingpin and a TV series based on Seth MacFarlane's foul-mouthed teddy bear, Ted. Let's start with Kingpin. That movie came out back in 96. Mm-hmm. In my opinion, it is one of the Farrelly Brothers' best movies. I mean, I know.
Okay, I mean, it's right up there. Yeah, I'll agree with that.
I mean, I know a lot of people like Something About Mary. I think that's great. Something About Kingpin. Maybe it's just Bill Murray. I love Bill Murray, and his Ernie McCracken character is one of his best.
Yeah, I loved Kingpin growing up. There's so many gross out kind of laughs in that film. Very cringy comedy that, yeah, I really did love that. But apparently they are set to make a sequel. It's in active development. And the Farrelly brothers, they're not directing, though. They're only producing the sequel. And there's no script yet. So it makes me kind of skeptical on if this is going to happen.
Yeah.
But if Woody Harrelson and Bill Murray are back in, I'd be kind of excited to watch this.
Yeah, I'm guessing, once again, I'm guessing Randy Quaid will not be in this movie.
Why not?
We'll never be in a movie again. But I don't need his character because it was the Woody Harrelson and Bill Murray characters that always stood out for me. So if they could come back, I mean, you got to get them to come back. I mean, if not, what's the point of doing a sequel to this movie?
Yeah, and if they haven't done a script yet, once again, I think this is one of those pipe dreams that the Farrelly brothers were just like, yeah, if it's a thing, we'll look at it. Yeah, I think, like, give us money, all the money, pour it into our mouths. That's kind of how I see this thing. But it would be kind of cool if we got a Kingpin, too. I agree.
I think there's more story there. Now, it does look like we're getting a Ted TV series. Now, this, of course, based off of Seth MacFarlane's couple movies featuring the foul-mouthed teddy bear. Peacock streaming service is ordered the show. Now, MacFarlane is going to be the executive producer, and he's in negotiations to actually voice Ted. He did, of course, in both of the movies.
You said it wrong. It's called The Cock. I can't wait to check this out. I love the Ted movies, both of them. Obviously, second one, not as great as the first one. But how do you prove upon perfection? Because Ted 1 was damn near perfect.
It's really good.
It really was. So if they do make a TV show out of this, that'd be interesting. I hope it's just like kind of a half an hour type of deal. Yeah. But yeah, I could. And do we need Mark Wahlberg back?
No, it's all about. To me, it's all about Ted.
What if it's just Mila Kunis? What if she came back?
Okay.
What if she got him in the divorce?
That'd be kind of funny.
A future divorce.
That'd be kind of funny.
She didn't come back for the sequel either.
No, I mean, I think with the TV series, especially if you just focus on Ted. I mean, I want to see what a bear does on a day-to-day basis. You know, when he's not hanging out with Mark Wahlberg. I don't know. I think the adventures of Ted could be a lot of fun to watch.
It could be interesting, but he needs someone else with him. He needs a companion. Him alone could not lift this series to anything worthwhile.
All right, coming up next, a lot of people went ahead and purchased the pay-per-view last weekend featuring the fight thing that wasn't really a fight between Mayweather and Paul. We've got the numbers coming up next. Here's Pantera and Cowboys from Hell. It's Cotter and Marshall. Rock 106.1.
Yeah, so that's mostly right when it comes to it only grow based on the size of the tank. But I didn't want to chance that and murder any sort of fish. Once again, murdering fish, bad look for the show. So I went snail route, guys. All right, snail route.
Gibby, I have my opinions about snails. Bad juju. It's an interesting take.
All right, obviously tell us why.
I need to know.
Did a snail hurt you as a young child? Jeremy!
What is up?
Yeah, thank God it's Friday, man.
Agreed. I'm going to get my coffee.
Okay, man. Good morning, guys. Thanks for hanging out. Beer for breakfast day. Love that news. So this weekend, I think my wife and I are going to head over to Bluffton just to go eat and drink places that we haven't had a chance. Is there any place in the Bluffton, Hilton Head area that I should not go to? Or actually, no, better, that I should go to. I'm very slow this morning, guys. Sorry. I could have snail trails. Once again, is there any spot that I should go check out for drinks or food in Bluffton this weekend? I think I'm going to head over there tomorrow. Just get out there, go see our buddy Hodge over at Southern Barrel Brewing Company, and, just kind of spend an afternoon. Maybe rainy and crappy outside, at least what the weather says. And bigger tanks, they'll reproduce and overtake your tank. Ooh, I don't like that. I bet she doesn't like that one either. Charles mentions we're going to have snail trails, and then he goes, I bet Mac doesn't like that term either.
That's probably a very good point. Bigger tanks, they'll reproduce and overtake your tank.
Fat Patty's has a good variety of tap beers. I've been to Fat Patty's once, yeah. Yeah, I just decided I didn't want to chance it, with the little plecto, with the French-made fish, as we were talking about.
Yeah.
So I went with a pair of twin snails, guys. So here in a little while, I'm going to ask you guys your opinions on twins' names, and then we'll put up a poll starting Monday. We'll have you guys vote. We'll vote throughout the entire week, and then the names of the snails will be what you guys choose. Kind of exciting. I'm just excited someone's in there going to be cleaning up outside of me. Not only that, I bought him some new decor. So Hefe's tank looks way different.
Yeah, I love the tiki kind of looking thing in there.
Yeah, so I bought the SpongeBob SquarePants house, and then I have a tiki guy that has some fake grass stuff coming off the sides of it.
Yeah,
I'll throw the camera on it here in a little while once we talk about it again. Foo in the queue. Oh, okay. I like that for names. I see what you're putting out.
All right, we got about 30-ish seconds. Get into this final story of about last night. All right, guys, be right back. One more story to go in about last night. Of course, this past weekend, Floyd Mayweather and Logan Paul got into a boxing ring together. I don't know if they really got in a fight.
No, they just hugged each other for 24 minutes.
They danced.
It was a symbolic dance about love.
It was like those awkward junior high dances. Didn't quite know where to put your hands.
Right.
A little nervous.
Yeah, they got some
sweaty.
action. Yeah,
they got some action.
Yeah, you could say they got some action.
Well, the initial pay-per-view sales numbers have been released, and I knew it would probably do well. I didn't expect it to do this well. The fight sold over 1 million pay-per-views at $50 a pop.
This is mostly disgusting. Now, a network source at Showtime confirmed at BoxingScene.com that Sunday was the single biggest day of new subscription signups since the launch of Showtime's streaming service in 2015. I think I had access to the Showtime streaming service. I mean, back when we were endorsing a cable company.
Yes.
And that was the last time I watched Showtime.
Yeah, probably the same thing.
Yeah.
Now, there was a mad dash on Sunday to purchase the pay-per-view, actually crashing the server system for a while. A lot of people had issues. Showtime did say they would offer refunds if you were unable to access the show. But because of the buys, so it kind of breaks down like this. Mayweather was guaranteed $10 million plus 50% of the pay-per-view buys.
So I'm not good with math. So 1 million times 50, how much is that?
50 million.
50, so 25 million.
Yep.
Plus he got 10, that's 35. Plus he went on to say in his post-fight that he goes, my trunks alone, just my trunks alone, 30 million. Just with the patches on my trunks, that's 30 million. So 30
he
plus
made almost
35.
He made what, 70, 80 million dollars?
And something, yeah, let's just say yeah. Plus, there's no state tax in Florida. So, yeah, he probably did very, very well to hold a man for 24 minutes.
So, Logan Paul was guaranteed $250,000 and 10% of the pay-per-view haul. So, he's making about $5 million just on the fight. And then Mayweather made about 35 just on the fight, and then 30 with the trunks. So, and I'm assuming Paul had some sort of endorsements as well.
Yeah, he probably made like, I don't know, let's just say $5 million. He probably made $10 million to be a YouTuber. We have to. I know we're on YouTube. We have to quit the radio show. We need to become full-time YouTubers and start boxing. We just have to.
I mean, yeah, I guess. But then, I mean, you have to be on constantly.
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
fine.
You always have to feed that thing. There's no time off.
Yeah, totally fine.
Seriously?
I literally work 10 plus hours a day now.
Yeah, that's true.
They definitely don't do that. They're always on. They're always on like 3-4 hours a day max. They're not streamers. They're YouTubers. They put out a video like once every other day. Let's go. Let's do this.
All right, guys. We made it just over 3 months of the show before we decided to retire.
Yeah, we're quitting
and become YouTubers.
Hey, we're going out on top. Connect Savannah, best morning show.
That's true. Got to do it.
Yeah, you got the best of us, guys. It doesn't actually go higher than this.
All right, coming up next, we're talking concerts in 2021. Because this could be the best year for shows in the Low Country and Coastal Empire for a very long time. So stick around. Details about that coming up. It is the Cotter and Marshall Show. Rock 106.1.
Is that a piece of paper you're using over there?
No.
If not, can I use that?
Yeah, certainly. It's multiple blank sheets of paper, just in case.
I'll just take the singular. So Tony recommended we're taking twin names for our twin snails, and then obviously we're going to have you guys vote for next week. Tony recommended Foo and Q, and then Charles recommended Mug and Tug, which I love.
I love that one. That was good.
Tony goes, good point on Gary. Please no Mug and Tug. Yeah. So what should the other name be? Someone suggested Gary. So what should Gary? Well, technically, they are girls. Yeah, I don't care. We call one Gary. Still.
Yeah, that's fine.
But they're chicks, man. Ooh, we should have the snails answer questions for chicks on dudes. We'll get to that later. All right, so I've got Foo and Q and Mug and Tug. So once again, Hefe, our new music beta fish, we bought him a pair of twin snails. They're chicks, man. Ooh, yin and yang. I like that.
Yang, that's good.
We bought Hefe a pair of twin snails to clean his cage. His cage, his palace. And next week we're going to do a voting thing where you guys can vote on what the twin snails' names are going to be. So if you got any suggestions, let us know. So I think it's going to be next week, if not possibly the week after, which I don't think we're much on the air that week. But
yeah,
we are going to have another show get announced. So pretty sure we're going to have another show get announced.
Do I know
calendar.
this one?
No.
Okay. I reached out to the record label about Fozzy, and it's going to be a while before we get the answer, and they don't know when he's coming into town yet because the show's not until October. But I requested him for beer for breakfast.
Is it on a Friday?
It is on a Friday.
Okay.
So, but they don't know what time he'll get into town, so it may not work. But he said they would definitely ask.
Well, if he won't do that, I mean, Chris obviously doesn't have any issues with COVID or anything. If you follow him on YouTube, I wonder if he'd be willing at least to do a small meet and greet.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, they are.
Happy Friday, Sean, Mary Kate and Ashley, Laverne and Shirley. Are you living vicariously through Hefe, two twin female cleaning up after him, putting up with the shit? Yeah, that's obviously a thing.
Thelma and Louise, I like that one.
Once again, we decided to buy Hefe two snails, twin snails, and we're looking for name suggestions. We'll have you guys vote next week on our snails' names, and we'll claim them. We'll proclaim them next Friday. I'm just writing a few down. Don't mind me.
No, it's all good. All right, going to talk concerts. Have your chance to score tickets all next week. Going to do some 20th anniversary trivia. We'll hit up on some details there. Then at 7 o'clock, call, comment, and text. What do you like to do alone? I mean, there's the obvious. Quality alone time. But what else do you like to do by yourself?
Tony, how do you pronounce that? T and A? T-A? A? Oh, man. It is super early. I don't think I'm awake yet. Half Day Friday. Oh, yeah. F your negativity 8-ball. Hey, Sean. Well, you mentioned the 8-ball, so if you have any questions, please let us know. Yeah, T and A. Oh, I see what you did there. Once again, I'm very slow this morning. Thank you, Sean. I get it now.
Gotta spell it out sometimes.
Oh, man.
Literally.
Definitely not awake. I'm going to go take a lap here in a second. All right, guys, if you have any questions for the Magic 8-Ball, hashtag Ask the 8-Ball, go ahead and drop them in for your weekend. I mean, there's got to be something going on that you need some answers on. More than happy to ask the 8-Ball. I'm trying my best, Tony. I'm trying to wake up.
Oh, here, we can ask the 8-Ball. I got a question for the 8-Ball.
All right, hit me up.
Should I take a nap at Jake's when I go feed his cats?
Should Cotter be very creepy and nap at another man's house? Ask again later. No, okay. We need an answer now. My reply is no.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah.
I was just thinking killing two birds with one stone.
You don't touch yourself at another man's house?
I'm not going to touch
without
myself.
His permission. You don't sleep at another man's house without his permission.
I was just going to take a nap on the couch. I think it'd be fine.
Tony made a great recommendation, smelling salts.
Oh.
I'm doing it.
Do it.
Yeah, let's do it.
It's been a while.
You want to do it?
I'll do it.
Yeah, I'm just kind of, feeling a little groggy this morning.
Coffee and smelling salts.
You were going to be awake so much.
Coffee, smelling salts. I also had some Mountain Dew, so I'm good to go.
You want I got some liquid ass. You want to hit that?
No, I'm good.
Yo, so I put that bag that I used for liquid ass for Torture Tuesday into Tim's desk.
Yeah.
Didn't really tell anyone.
Yeah.
So I've been checking on it. It is gone.
You found it.
Yeah, I guess so. But also, I wonder if he opened it. I wonder if he knew what it was.
He was watching that day.
Well, yeah.
So he had to have known. He saw the bag. So my guess is he knew what it was.
You think so?
Yeah, because I think he even knew you hit it. Right?
I don't know if he knew that, but yeah.
Okay.
So like if you look at Tim's desk, he has like these cabinets that hang over it.
Right.
I put it in the left hand side and kind of stuffed it in the corner.
Right.
I made sure it was extra tight.
Yeah.
Sealed. Then I threw it over there. And it's not there unless I missed it, but I check on it every once in a while to see if it's still there.
Yeah, he found it and threw it away.
Yeah. Charles says, I'm pretty hard of hearing. Miss Taylor thinks it's weird that I put my phone in the shower so I can hear the stream. I don't. I told her we had to keep the stats up.
Team player. Love it.
All right. Let's do this.
Oh, that one was a good one.
Oh my God.
Do they get more potent as they sit?
I don't know.
That one was strong.
Woo!
That one had all the smelling salts.
Oh my gosh, that was extra tough. It's hard to explain. Turn it on. I'm like, ah! So I was talking about MK Ultra One. What's up?
How's it going?
So I was talking about how I wasn't awake yet, and someone suggested I take a smelling salt. So sorry, I hit the smelling salt. Probably right when you tuned in this morning. So
That's funny.
woo. Good morning.
We got about 2 minutes, guys.
I'm just gonna take a little lap.
All right. Top of the 8 o'clock hour. Going to be eating some pork rinds for the first time ever. Hot and spicy flavored pork rinds. Kitchen cooked out of Farmington, Illinois. So we'll see how those are. My wife got to watch for the first time when you watch in the morning. Yeah, I'm so sorry that you have to explain us to her. My apologies. I can't even help you. I don't know how to explain us to her. Sean posted, my wife got to watch that for the first time. She said, what the F do you watch in the morning? I don't know how to explain it. I really don't.
You just gotta be part of the crew, man. Just accept us.
Oh, man, that was the most potent smelling salt.
Yeah, that smelling salt was insane.
It was strong.
And I took it first.
Yeah, I know. And the second hit was even... Ooh, I think I singed some nose hairs on that one.
Good Lord.
Ugh. Creating quality content. Exactly.
That's why we are award winning. Good one, Jesus.
All right. Once again, I'm going to give just a concert update here and let you know how you can score some tickets for the 20th anniversary show next week.
Yeah, so I think we'll have one more show to announce next week. I think.
Okay.
We'll see if that's a thing or not.
I hope so. The more, the merrier. And the beauty of it is they got them spaced out pretty well.
Yeah, about one a month or so.
So, I mean, it's not overwhelming.
Yeah, and then there is, on top of that potential one, there's possibly two more.
Dang, all right. I like it. All right, guys, be right back. Good morning. Thank you for hanging out on air and on the stream. It is the Cotter and Marshall Show. We've said it, going to keep saying it. 2021 could be one of the best years for concerts in decades here in the Low Country and Coastal Empire, at least since I've been here. And it all starts on Saturday, July 3rd, Trustees Garden with the Rock 1061 20th anniversary show. Puddle of Mud, Filter, Sponge, a couple local bands, Lilac and Whaleboat. Tickets on sale now. Man, I can't wait. I'm glad that we get to kick off this nice run of shows.
Yeah, I mean, we essentially brought concerts back to the Low Country and Coastal Empire. So no big deal. I mean, you don't have to, say that to our faces, but just know when you meet us in person. Just be like, these dudes are awesome. Obviously, there's a lot more shows on top of ours as well to touch upon, Cotter. Let's start off August 23rd. Pop Evil is going to be at Victory North, and then most of these shows are at Victory North. We also have POD coming on September 22nd. We also have, almost said the one I should have said, Amigo the Devil is coming in on my birthday, November 8th, and then Shinedown is going to be playing in Augusta at SRP Park on October 7th. So those are just the shows that we know of at the moment.
Yeah.
There is some more shows in the canon. We're just waiting to get the go so we can start announcing more shows. But I think we have at least one, possibly up to 3 more shows to announce, possibly before we even do our show.
That's amazing.
On July 3rd. So there's so many shows coming up. It's ridiculous.
Now, of course, you can buy tickets for the 20th anniversary show at rock1061.com, also etix.com. But next week, your chance to win tickets. We got 20th anniversary trivia. Here's the deal. Monday afternoon, 5:05, listen to Billy and the Badass Rock Show. She's legitimately just going to give you the answer to the trivia question Marshall and I will ask Tuesday morning around 7:35. Once we ask that, first person to call in with the correct answer scores tickets for the show. Pretty much that simple.
What if that person's just really smart and knows the answer? Didn't hear it.
That could be too. That could happen as well.
Okay.
So either one. I mean, if you know it, if you hear it, regardless, first person with the correct answer will score those tickets. So that's all next week, your chance to win. Coming up after 7 o'clock, call, comment, and text 800-394-1061. What do you like to do alone? There's the obvious.
Right.
But what else do you like to do just all by yourself?
Make pasta.
Okay.
That's not true.
Okay.
I just made that up.
Call, comment, and text 800-394-1061. We got your stories coming up after 7 o'clock. It is the Cotter and Marshall Show. Good morning, Rock 1061.
I can't make pasta. That's ridiculous. Morning, Thomas. Glad you got your tickets. Man, that was fast. What, I mail those out on Monday or Tuesday?
Damn.
Good for you.
I'm excited to see POD in a place like Victory North. Mm-hmm. They were part of one of the 2 rock shows that happened at the Civic Center since I've been here.
Oh, okay.
And we did an acoustic set with them at Savannah Harley before they moved to their new location. So it was their original location, and we did it like upstairs. And just seeing them, intimate like that, acoustic was cool. So seeing them in a small venue like Victory North, plugged in and just doing the full show, I think it's going to be awesome.
POD was one of those first shows that we had at my old radio station in Vegas, where it's the first show where we had people come into the studio and do an acoustic deal. And I'll still never forget to this day. I mean, the guys are walking up, and we had a building that had an inside courtyard that had like a fountain and nice stuff in below. But out on the patio where we had them, they came up and they were just got done smoking a joint. They looked like they were on fire because I think smoke was still coming off of them.
Right.
And they were so high, so high when they performed for us. But they sounded great when we did our acoustic session with them. So maybe that's an opportunity for us to do something cool with them.
Smoke weed with POD? Yeah, that sounds awesome.
Yeah, well, not in this state quite yet, legally. But maybe to do an acoustic session with the guys. POD's coming in town from ashes to new, all good things. And was it Sleep Sirens? Mm-hmm. Yes. Or sorry, Sleep Signals. Sleep Signals are all coming to town September 22nd at Victory North.
Yeah, I mean, we're not going to know what to do with ourselves with all these shows, man. It's awesome.
Charles goes, I like to listen to an award-winning radio show in the shower alone.
You're welcome.
Tony says, drink my first cup of coffee in the morning while everyone is still asleep is one thing I enjoy being alone for. All right, guys, go ahead and drop in. Tell us the things you like to do alone, by yourself, no one else around, and we'll share those here in just a little bit. Tell me one of the show announcements is not Vince Neil mumbles. To what I know as of right now, I'll confirm that for you, David. I have not seen any Vince Neil performances come across my desk.
Yeah. I could say I would probably not be overly enthusiastic if it was a solo Vince Neil show.
No, I don't have any of that. Sean, thanks for putting yours on the Facebook page. Appreciate that. You grabbing those?
Yep.
Once again, guys, feel free to share with us. What do you like to do alone? Like, do you like going to the movies alone? Do you like just do bathroom visits alone? I know for some of you with kids, that could be very difficult.
No. All right, perfect.
But make sure to tell us what you like to do alone. We'll share your comments here in a little bit.
At the bottom of the 7 o'clock hour, we've got management tips that were written by a pimp. And it's funny. It's like I was reading through the tips, and it's like if you had just a really crappy boss, this would be that guy. I mean, the tips fit right in with just somebody who wants to crush your soul, boss-wise.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I think they can go either you're going to go, yeah, that's a pimp, or no, that was the last boss I had that was just an a-hole. Either one.
Tony Charles, MK Ultra, Thomas, Wanda, thank you all for dropping in your suggestions, your things you like to do alone. Elaine, I wrote down your twin name of Jekyll and Hyde. Elaine had a great comment earlier. I think it was just before we got on the air. She goes, stop doing coke at work and calling it smelling salts.
We got to hide it for the stream.
Mm-hmm. We have issues. How come no mention of Fozzie show October 8th? I don't know.
Fozzie's coming October 8th.
Yeah, Fozzie's coming, bro.
Yeah, like we said earlier, so Fozzie will be here October 8th.
Actually, we have a good reason why we didn't mention Fozzie October 8th is because Cotter, every time he's tried to see them, the show has been canceled some form or fashion. So I guess right now we're kind of ignoring it.
we don't want it to cancel.
Because, we don't want to jinx it. So I guess that would be the reason why.
So we're trying to get him in studio for Beer for Breakfast on the day of the show. It depends on when he's in town. They don't know yet. It's too far off. But it does sound like he'll definitely be doing a meet and greet. So we promised Mama Sita she'd get a go to that. So we got you, Mama Sita.
Let's see. Sean goes, things I like to do alone, rubbing my meat. I like to do that alone. Thanks, buddy. All right, guys, once again, thanks for joining us on the live stream this morning. Coming up in just a few moments, we're going to share your comments, your text messages, and, of course, your calls. Feel free to call in. What do you like to do alone? Tell us why. I mean, is there a certain thing you like to do alone? Do you only watch horror movies by yourself because your significant other just can't stand it? Is there things that you like to do out and about? Do you like to only drink by yourself at the bars? Do you hate having people around you or people you know? You don't want to talk to anyone. You just want to go to the bar and just drink alone and just sit at the corner and be that weirdo? Totally cool with us. Share with us right now on the stream and let us know what you like to do alone.
Any alien-related anything I have to do by alone because my wife will not take part. All right, guys. We got about 7 minutes, so we got plenty of time. Pearl Jam. Now we got POD Alive coming up.
Once again, if you guys have any questions for the Magic 8 Ball, feel free to ask those questions leading into the weekend. Cotter, what's coming up this weekend?
That is a stellar question. I don't know.
Why I asked you.
Yeah, I don't know. Stuff. There's a NXT TakeOver on Sunday night.
Okay.
Might watch that. Maybe. This weekend, I got a mow.
There's a UFC 263.
It is. I did a commercial for it. Now I don't remember who's fighting.
Ali Sanya is fighting. What is it? Is it 263? Oh, yeah. I nailed it, dude. Israel Adesanya is going to be fighting Marvin Vettori. I think it's how you say it. Is that it?
Yeah.
I mean, you did the commercial for it. Is that how you say it?
Vettori, yeah.
Yeah. So UFC 263 is this weekend. Adesanya versus Vettori 2. And then that's going to be Saturday night. I'll probably be watching that.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I'm going to hit up our buddy Hodge, see if he's going to be at work on Saturday and go say hi to him. I think I'm going to go over to Bluffton and just hang out for a minute.
Yeah, I've got a bunch of trivia to write, so I was thinking about just taking my computer, going to, I don't know, Coastal, Service, whichever one, and just sit on my butt for a couple hours, write trivia and drink beer.
I saw, speaking of Coastal, I saw Jay. Jay, he's the taproom manager over at Coastal. I saw him last night, and their 8th anniversary is coming up, I think.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Yeah, their 8th anniversary is coming up in August. So we're going to have the guys from Coastal Empire Brewing in studio for Beer for Breakfast.
Okay, nice.
The day before their anniversary party in August.
Yeah, so they are actually, of the current incarnation of breweries, not counting Moon River, obviously, which has been there for 20 years. They are they started before anybody else. Now, Southbound opened their brewery first. So they were producing beer here in Savannah on their location first. But Coastal was doing contract brewing at other people's breweries to get going for the first couple of years. So they've actually been making beer longer than any of the other breweries in town. But I think they were second when it came to actual locations.
Cuckoo. Tony, do I like pressure washing alone? Please stop reading my notes. Where is she? Possibly on my notes. Elaine, thanks for dropping that in. Is Nate Diaz fighting this weekend? MK Ultra? I was just looking at it. He is on it. I didn't even realize that. Oh, shoot. Nate Diaz taking on Leon Edwards. Yeah, I'll definitely be watching UFC this week. It looks like there's 5 main fights on the fight card. All dudes. No chicks on the main card this UFC. That's kind of weird. They usually have at least one lady fight. Yeah, but this is another kind of slow weekend when it comes to events, honestly. It doesn't seem like there's a whole lot going on. Doesn't seem like, as we know, the concert season doesn't kick off until
July 3rd.
So we're just kind of sitting on our hands until then.
Yeah, I'm going to try to watch the zombie movie this weekend.
Oh, Army of the Dead?
Yep. I'm going to grill out tonight, swing by Jake's and watch his cat, not nap, probably nap. Yeah.
Morning, Rhett.
Hey, Rhett. Kind of keep it simple this weekend. Mow, because my backyard, like I said, is a jungle.
All right, coming up next, we're taking your calls, comments, and texts in regards to what do you like to do alone? What's the one thing you like to do alone? Go ahead and share that with us, and we'll share it with all you guys coming up here in just a little bit. Probably here on like the second half of the 7 o'clock hour, I'll grab the camera and I will share it with you guys, the new setup for Hefe. We bought some new stuff for him.
It looks good. It looks very good in there. Rhett voting for some Godsmack for Fireaway Friday. Your choices today for Fireaway Friday, speaking of. Cage the Elephant, In One Ear, Godsmack, Love, Hate, Sex, Pain, Stone Sour, Say You'll Haunt Me, all from 2010. That is the year we'll be highlighting this weekend. For our 20th anniversary weekend, and I believe all the votes have been either Godsmack or Stone Sour. No love for Cage the Elephant. Where's that at?
How do you want to work? We're within 3 minutes of going on the air.
Yep.
How do you want to work this?
How many do you have over there?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Okay, I've got 2, and one of them is very short. So I can tell mine if you want to do a couple of those.
Yep.
And then I can end with one of these.
Yep, let's do that.
Excuse me. Okay.
Got another vote here. I don't know if you're keeping a running tally yet, but 2 for Godsmack, 1 for Stone Sour.
Okay. Let's start so we don't have to dig back through. All right, guys, got about 2 minutes.
Coming up later on the show, we're going to have Cotter taste pork rinds for the very first time. I know that's a weird thing to say out loud, especially for a man as girthy as he is in age. That's for you, Mac, if you're watching. But yeah, we're going to break out some pork rind facts because it's good to know about things you don't know. Stupid knowledge has gotten us far in life. Especially if you listen to Are You Smarter Than a Community College Dropout Trivia. So it's good to know some silly stuff. So let's get into some pork rind facts, top of the 8 o'clock hour, and then we'll have Cotter try pork rinds for the very first time in his life, which is weird to say.
Yeah, never had. I just always thought they looked gross. I don't know. I've eaten a Funyun, and those look just as disgusting.
Charles says he's doing a write-in. He would like to hear Ironbound by Overkill.
All right.
Thank you for your write-in. Thomas says, damn, I should have asked Marshall to put a sticker in my ticket. And with your tickets, yeah. So we're actually damn near out of Cotter and Marshall stickers.
Oh, damn.
I don't know where they all went, but they're mostly gone.
Okay.
I mean, I'm guessing we mostly gave them away. I have a few still in my bag.
So I've got some that they're at my house because I took them out of my old car because I always carried a stack with me whenever I went somewhere if somebody wanted some. So I still have some left.
Give them away, man. I enjoy going fishing alone. Just me, rods, casting. Yep. I enjoy salt and vinegar flavored the best.
Pork rinds, I'm guessing. I do love salt and vinegar chips. Those are delicious. right, guys, be right back. Good morning. Happy Friday. Thank you for hanging out. Cotter and Marshall Show. If you haven't checked out the stream yet, do it. Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Like, follow, and subscribe while you're there. This morning, we're taking your calls, comments, and text. 800-394-1061. What do you like to do alone? As I've gotten older, I like to do a lot.
Everything.
I like to do a lot of things alone.
Yeah. All I hear every single weekend is about how you're doing nothing and you're doing it mostly alone.
Well, I mean, it'll be different now that summer's here because my wife won't have schoolwork to get done over the weekend, so we'll be able to actually do stuff together. So, yeah, I've done a lot of things by myself because my wife is usually very busy over the weekend or stuff's going on with her. But, I mean, one of my favorite things to do is I love going to a bar by myself. I mean, I'm talking to the bartender. I mean, I don't mind talking to people there. I just like the peace and quiet of a non-packed bar. If it's overly crowded, I don't want to do it. But if it's a nice quiet bar, you sit up there by yourself, you order a couple drinks, you can just kind of hang out. I mean, I don't know. I love that, and it's something.
Do you like sitting in the corner, or do you like sitting at the bar?
At the bar.
Okay.
I sit at the bar because I mean, if there's a conversation going on, that I can interject into or be a part of, that's fine. I'm not just sitting there to be, a hermit and keeping to myself. But I mean, I do like the peacefulness of a bar when it's not crowded and you're just hanging out, enjoying a beer.
I hate getting dragged into conversations that against my will when I go to a bar, though.
That's fair.
Yeah, when there's an over-talkative guy or girl at the bar, they're like, what do you do? And I'm like, I don't know, nothing at all, ever. That's the one caveat that could suck if you're going to a bar alone because you're open fodder for someone to just pour their emotions out onto when you did not expect that.
Well, I mean, I've said that Jerry's has kind of become my bar. I'll just head over to Jerry's every now and then. If I roll in and the parking lot's full and there's a bunch of people, I don't stay because I'm going to get drug into conversations like that.
Yeah.
And I don't want that. When I go to Jerry's, I just want to be by myself. I just want to hang out, enjoy the moment, chill out a little bit.
You want to hang out with those mountains because they're so blue.
Right? I do. But I mean, if there's too many people there, I won't stop because it will kill the mood for me.
Yeah, no, I get that. I mean, especially if you just want to be kind of the loner type. If you want to be, Aragorn from Lord of the Rings.
Right.
Sitting in the corner of the bar smoking a pipe. Yeah, you don't want to be dragged into a conversation about politics or any nonsense like that.
Now, one thing I used to find weird doing alone that now I'm completely fine with is going out to dinner. I mean, when I was younger, I thought, man, this is kind of weird.
Dude, you're going to be such a great widow.
I know, right? Or just a divorcee, because let's be honest, that's what's going to happen. My wife will leave me. But I love going out to dinner by myself. Watching a movie by myself, I'm all in, man. Yeah, as I get older, I am down just to, you know what? I'm good.
Candlelit dinner for one. Cotter by himself.
So sexy. And then that'll leads to quality alone time.
Right.
So see, it's a perfect night.
Hey, you're really treating yourself.
I'm really treating myself.
You know what? You're too good to yourself. I'm just saying.
Call, comment, and text 800-394-1061. What do you like to do alone?
Cotter, we got so many on the chat this morning from our stream. Make sure to watch along with us every single morning. Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. I love this one from Tony, and I think I would actually do this one myself, but I wake up way too late in the morning. Tony says, drink my first cup of coffee in the morning while everyone is still asleep is one thing I enjoy being alone for. I think, once again, if I woke up at any point in my life where I actually had time to walk about my house and not have to rush to get everything done and right out the door to run to work, I think I would really enjoy just sitting down and having a cup of coffee.
Yeah, I mean, you see it. It's one of those things you see in movies and TV shows, and you're like, that's not real life.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. Nobody gets to do that.
So every time I visit my sister, I usually stay with her, and I'll come upstairs, and she's always by herself drinking a cup of coffee. And I'm like, you looked like you were having such a great time until I showed up. I almost feel like I should go back downstairs. It's just, I don't know. It's just one of those things. Charles, maybe the comment of the day right here.
Okay.
On the stream, he says, I like to listen to an award-winning radio show in the shower alone. Hey, what's up? We're an award-winning morning show.
Oh, so we're hanging out with Big Bald and Sexy in the shower every morning.
Big Bald and nude. Well, Yeah, okay, we'll stop there. But yes, you know what, Charles? Thank you so much. I think you're pointing out we are an award-winning morning show. But yeah, I appreciate that you take us in there with you. Now, this is kind of a weird thing. He mentions that he listens to us. I'm guessing he's watching us as well with the stream.
Probably.
I mean, he's got a little shower radio. That's something I like to do alone, too. I've come more and more into the fact where I take showers, I watch YouTube. In the shower.
Yeah. You wash yourself or just stand there underneath?
No, I'm just like, sometimes you're in the shower and sometimes I overthink constantly.
Sure.
So it's always nice to distract myself. Sometimes I watch like the Pat McAfee show or like sports, like first take clips from the shower because they just they roll right into each other.
Do you set your phone somewhere?
There's like a little edge top left. Yeah. I didn't buy a certain thing to hold my phone so I can watch television or my phone in the shower. That would be going too far. But sometimes I like to do that alone.
All right. Call, comment, and text 800-394.
Not weird.
Not weird at all. Call, comment, and text 800-394-1061. What do you like to do alone? We got more of your stories coming up. Here's brand new Rise Against, Nowhere Generation, Cotter and Marshall, Rock 1061.
Oh, Tony, thank you for sharing that. In case anyone needs this or hasn't seen it, Cowboys service information is at the Bonaventure funeral tomorrow at 2 p.m. No visitation at Brad's request.
Oh, that's a bummer. Just to be able to pay respects like that would have been nice, but I get
it. Thomas goes, Cotter feeds himself strawberries.
Don't judge.
Hey, number one fruit for me, strawberries. Fun fact.
I don't
strawberries my favorite.
I don't like most fruits. Strawberries okay. Blueberries are good.
We can tell by your weak bone structure that you don't like fruits.
I love vegetables, which is weird. Fruits aren't my thing. Vegetables all day long.
Oh, Rhett's got a good one. I enjoy driving alone. I can listen to whatever I want, sing as loud as I want, not have my wife going dash grabbing when I brake hard or telling me where to turn.
Dude, the worst is my wife will be paying attention to something else, and then she'll look up for no apparent reason and be like, ah! Because there's a car in front of us. I'm like, I see it. Trust me. I'm on it, honey. I got it. You're fine.
I hate the overreactions from people you're driving with. There's two ways to do it. When they're looking at their phone and they react in that way, and you're like, what's going on? Or they just literally out of nowhere, they'll grab the dash or grab the oh crap handle.
Yep.
And you look over like, what? I am driving. I see everything in front of me.
That's why I sleep when I ride with people, so I don't offend them.
My wife got me a suction cup holder for the shower beers. Nice. You know how I know you're an alcoholic? That. All right, how do you want to work this next one? You want me to lay out a few of mine, and then you could do, I think you kept your Facebooks, right?
I did. All right. Yeah, there's not a whole lot there, but.
Yeah, we may just swing this as a two-breaker.
That's fine.
So let's just go ahead and plan that. I'll go with my personal ones, go with your Facebook, and then I'll wrap up. I've got.
Okay, which one do you want to wrap up with? Just so.
We'll wrap up with Sean's and him rubbing meats.
Okay,
that's.
I've got one of Sean's too, but it's not a comical one.
Sean, I'm a functioning alcoholic. A-holes.
I like to be called a professional. Does A-Dub come in today? It's Friday.
I don't think so. I don't think A-Dub comes in today.
Okay.
He was, I spent some money yesterday for this concert, and I don't think he was happy, so.
Well, I mean.
I bought $1,200 worth of ice so the beer will be cold. So if you want to call me a hero, go ahead and do it.
You're doing the Lord's work.
Yeah. Put a label on me. I'll own it, guys. I bought $1,200 worth of ice to keep our beer cold on the 4th of July show. So you know what? Superman wears a cape, so do I. Take it.
All right, guys, be right back. Good morning. We are taking your calls, comments, and texts this morning. 800-394-1061. What do you like to do all by yourself?
That's a good question. That's an excellent question. I wrote down a few things.
Okay.
Let's start off with this. Most of the time, I like to play video games by myself.
I get that.
Because I am horrible at video games, and no one needs to see me die as much as I do. I don't need your judgment when I die on Demon's Souls for the 78th time within the first 10 minutes of the game. It's embarrassing. That's why I usually don't play multiplayer games. There's a couple like games I'll play with my wife. They're easy, like Mario, fine. I play some online games with my buddy on Mondays nights. They're generally easy, cool. But when it comes to like those big AAA action adventure games that I love playing, I have to play them by myself, generally alone in a room, because I don't like anyone watching me because I'm pretty terrible. For the amount of video games I play, I should be a lot better. I'm terrible at video games.
Yeah, I don't like, unless we're playing, so we used to play a lot of like Mario Party and stuff like that, to where you can kind of have to play with people or it's just really lame. But no, other than that, I don't like people watching. I don't like people. It's weird. It's awkward. One holiday season, my parents were in town. And my dad would just sit there and watch me play video games. And I'm like, we can do something else. Like, no, this is fine. I was just like, I was not enjoying myself at all.
I like to pay bills alone so no one else can see how much money I don't have. I wrote that one down.
That's a good one.
And then like mostly yard work. Like I don't need anyone like over my shoulder. Hey, get that strip of grass, mow that, edge that, do this. Also pressure washing. Tony stole my thunder on the chat earlier. Man, I love throwing my earbuds in and pressure washing alone in my house. Pretty fantastic stuff.
We had a guy text in. He said, y'all are my soulmates. I was getting ready to text that I like drinking alone. Never have much time to do it, but I love it. Then y'all said you love to go to a bar alone. I'm always afraid if I say it out loud, it makes me an alcoholic. It does not make you an alcoholic. Like I said, I like to be called a professional.
It just makes you weird.
I'm okay with that, too. Mandy's kind of the same way. She hit us up on Facebook and said pretty much everything when it comes to what she likes to do alone. And then Sean hit us up. He said, I enjoy smoking a cigar alone. Not really up for all the talking and BSing. Having a cigar is an experience for me. I want to relax, enjoy, and unwind.
And man, we got a ton of comments on the chat. How about these? Both MK Ultra and Jeremy Kennedy say, I enjoy going fishing alone. Just me, water rods, casting out, nothing better. Thomas goes, I enjoy very much just watching TV shows that I enjoy by myself. And I get that. There's some shows, my wife doesn't like mostly anything animated, so I have to do that alone by myself. And there's a lot of weird stuff I like to watch. I'm not like heavily into anime or anything. I'm not that weird. But I do like to watch some of that stuff by myself. Ted Lasso on Apple TV.
I want to see that.
That's a series I was like, my wife's probably not going to watch this because it's about, I don't know, soccer.
Yeah.
And you know what? It's incredible. I'm so happy I watched that by myself. Also, Wanda goes, things I love to do alone, watch TV, listen to my music as loud as I want, have some coffee, shopping, and I'm sure there are other things as well. So tons of things people like to do by themselves, but this may be the topper. You ready for this one?
I'm ready.
Our buddy Sean, he goes, rubbing my meat. I like to do that alone. Just to clear that up, it's actually rubbing smoked meats. We actually, he has a tag called Horny for Smoked Meats. He just loves to smoke meats every single weekend. He actually sends us pictures to the Cotter and Marshall Show Facebook page all the time of the meats that he smokes. And you know what? Your meat looks delicious.
Smoked meat porn, man. Bring it on.
I'm telling you. Oh, we should. Is there an Instagram with that?
Oh, if there's not,
we should start that.
There should be.
Yeah, we could become influencers in the smoked meat world.
I like it.
Yeah.
It's the Cotter and Marshall Show. Keep your comments and texts coming, 800-394-1061. What do you like to do alone?
Thanks for sharing, guys, with all those. Two I didn't get to. I didn't get to Elaine or Rhett. So Elaine says, things I like to do alone, ride my bike, although I told my husband he could ride behind me. His response is not fit for public consumption, so equates to a hard no. Rhett also says, I enjoy driving alone. I can listen to whatever I want, sing as loud as I want, and have my wife grab the dashboard. Yeah. Completely. Thanks, guys, for sharing your calls, comments, and texts there. Did we get anything else on the text line?
Nah. Salsa Mark hit us up, said, here's what I like to do alone, or since I am alone, everything fishing, cooking, but most of all, skydiving.
I've done it in 30 years. I do it again in a second, though,
nice.
He says.
All right.
We should go skydiving with Salsa Mark.
I like it.
There's a guy on TikTok that has the porn meat. LOL. He slaps the meat before he prepares it. What a freak. We would do that too. We'd totally do that.
Slap your meat.
Thomas goes, spend that money, Marshall. Keep that beer cold.
That to me is a priority.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't need security, but we need cold beer.
Sean, we totally need security.
What?
We're actually having a walkthrough with security next Tuesday. Sean goes, I bet A-Dope comes in to kill the bathroom, then goes home. Honestly, that's essentially what he does every day.
That's really just his thing.
I don't know if he works much, but he comes in, he slays that bathroom like it's a dragon, and then he gets the hell out. All right, so for break 3, what do you want to do here?
That is a stellar question. We could talk. We could always do concert again. Never mind that. What else was there that we said? We're going here. Yeah, let's just do concerts. I think that's fine.
We could do. There is a story of Nate Diaz from UFC 263.
Mm-hmm.
Where was that UFC commercial that you did the other day? Emperor's watching?
Yeah, Emperor's.
I mean, we could bring that up. Nate Diaz lit up a joint at his press conference yesterday, and then offered to share it with the other fighters.
Yeah, let's mention that. That's funny.
Yeah, let's do that. We'll just make it doesn't need to be an extraordinarily long break. Nate Diaz is taking on Leon Edwards. During the presser, he took out a joint, took a puff off, and then offered to a fellow UFC fighter, Brandon Moreno. Nate Diaz, and then confirmed, Nate Diaz was smoking marijuana on stage, not CBD, his team tells me. It's his own brand, Kill_4209. Rules in Arizona allow him to smoke closer up to the fight than other states. Interesting. Got another vote for Fireaway Friday, Cotter. This is for Stone Sour.
Okay.
Says Jeremy.
And go to the Facebook page and see where we're at.
Jeremy says, I tried sending pics of my fish catches, but it won't let me on the stream. Try just direct messaging them to us, man. I'll look at your fish. I look at Sean's meat all the time. I'll look at your fish meat. Sean goes, I was telling you all about the video game streamer on Facebook that wears the fake female bust and draws people in with the camera up close to them before he starts playing. His name is Dum Dum Face on Facebook. Haven't ever watched him, but just stumbled upon him one day. What the hell? That's interesting. Cam Cross actually, he commented a little while ago, said he was excited about Carly coming in from United Distributing. She's coming in for beer for breakfast this morning. That'll happen at 9 o'clock. She's got 2 beers for us. Actually, hold on. Let me bring them up right here. She just emailed me yesterday. Come on. So Carly's going to bring in for us to try today Dogfish Head Sea Quench Ale, which you can actually get a bucket of for like $20 over at Draft Room. I just saw that last night. And then she'll have a very limited release from Orpheus called Whispers and Shadows. So we're going to try those 2 beers today for beer for breakfast with our friend Carly from United.
I'm excited. I'll be honest. Sea Quench, one of my favorite sour beers.
Yeah.
It is delicious.
And I'm not a sour guy. And Sea Quench, I would say, is that when it comes to like the standard sours out there, would you say that's one of the top 3?
In my opinion, yes.
Name. I mean, actually, is there any other sour that you know as well as Sea Quench?
On a national level, not necessarily. I mean, the Coco Pina from Coastal on a local level, I mean, to me is delicious. And I mean, I would say that's there. But no, on a national level like that, I don't know. That's a good question.
Yeah, I can't think of, like, is there a well-known sour nationwide? I don't think there is. I think Dogfish Head probably has one of the top,
I would
possibly
say,
the number 1.
With Sea Quench, yeah, I would say so. Because there's a lot of great sours out there, but yeah, most of them are one-offs or regional or stuff like that. So that's good. That's a good question.
We just got a text in saying, I love my morning glory at the Clean Publix across from my work. It's quite cold and peaceful before I have to go into the 7th level of hell. Hart Meredith.
Greg, Sequench sucks balls.
Ooh.
They must be, I would say, the Lord's balls because it's delicious.
What? The Lord's balls?
I'm sure they're delicious. He's the Lord.
Dude, have you licked and or drank the Lord's balls?
I could only assume.
You're assuming. Well,
Yes.
you know what assuming makes an ass out of you and I.
That's true. I'm sorry you feel that way, Greg. I think it's delicious.
I'll tell you, you know what? Sequench really, the best place where it hits the best?
Where?
Hot summer night.
Yeah.
Sequench ale really hits. I actually, I was at the ballpark the first time I think I had Sequench ale.
Mm-hmm.
Just hit, man. Hit that night. I will say. Not a sour fan, but it hit that night.
All right, got about 3.5 minutes. Metallica Enter Sandman. Going to talk Nate Diaz. You can check out the fight this weekend at Emperor's Gentlemen's Club. They're also our sponsor for the VIP section at our 20th anniversary show, so that's cool.
They're going to have some girls out there handing out some like after party cards.
Oh, nice.
Where you can go out to Emperor's, get some free entry. I love Emperor's, man. It's been too long since we've been out there. Our friend Jill, who kind of runs all the back end operations of Emperor's, incredible.
Yes. Yeah, we used to, it was like a home away from home for a while. Like anytime something happened, we were out there.
Yeah. We did Conor McGregor, Floyd Mayweather fight out there. We did the ice bucket challenge out there.
Oh shoot! God dang! Yeah,
we did all sorts of stuff out there. Hot summer nights. I like Line and Cool Summer Shandy and Lemon Haze IPA. Summer Shandy, is that the one that tastes like Fruity Pebbles?
I just can't do shandies, man. Those and Radlers are not my thing.
Well, then you're going to love this news. Two Tides is actually putting out a Radler. I saw that last night. Yeah.
No, because I saw the can and it was like orange or grapefruit or something. I'm like, oh, that's awesome. Then I'm like, oh, Radler, I'm out. Yeah, Shandy is with like lemonade, and then the Radlers with soda.
It's
fruit soda.
The Line and Kugel Berry Weiss is their beer that tastes like Fruity Pebbles.
Okay. Not a big Line and Kugel guy, really.
I would say is that the bear? I don't think that's the Fruity Pebble one. I swear it's something different. No, I don't really mess with Line and Kugels very often. Sunset Wheat. That's it. Thank you, my wife. But yeah, I jammed on Sunset Wheats for a while. They're good.
Yeah, I'm not a big wheat guy. So,
let's see. Oh yeah, Sean. He goes, no, that's Sunset Harvest. Nope, close.
Can't do the sours or the milkshakes. Milkshakes to me, like the milkshake IPAs, there are some where I'm like, all right, this is good, but then there's others where I don't get it. I mean, it's like there's been several. There was a Dreamsicle milkshake IPA that was actually pretty good. I've had a couple that I've enjoyed, but yeah, it's a weird. That's a weird beer.
It's a weird category, and it got super popular. I mean, it seemed like everyone had at least one on tap for the longest time. I think they're kind of dying down. You're not seeing as many milkshake IPAs right now. It seems to be going away. It seems to be we're getting a lot of lighter stuff. It seems like
it's funny because it's like when craft. It's like when it started. Most craft breweries didn't have a Pilsner. A lot of them went right into the IPAs and stuff like that. But now you are seeing a lot of people realizing they have to have a beer. On tap because it will make money. It'll be one of their. I mean, Coastal Empire's biggest seller is the Tybee Island Blonde. It's Kolsch. It's a beer, and it's the one that sells more than anything. So it's like I think a lot of people are realizing just a clean, crisp type beer is important to have. I mean, Two Tides, they had an excellent one, the P Foam or whatever, the Great Pilsner. So it's like I'm excited with some of those because sometimes just beer's okay.
So Two Tides has a 6-foot IPA.
Yeah, I do enjoy that.
They put out they have a new one called like the Extra, which is I think it's like double hopped or something.
Okay.
But I saw them put out some stuff just the other day as well.
All right, guys, be right back. Thank you for hanging out. It is the Cotter and Marshall Show. So UFC 263 is coming up this weekend. If you're looking for a place to watch it, you can check it out at Emperor's Gentleman's Club. Nate Diaz is fighting. It's like his first fight in like 19 months or something.
It's quite a long time.
It's been a minute. Well, at the weigh-in and press conference, he decided, you know what? I'm going to unwind and relax. I'm going to light up a joint and smoke some weed.
Not only did he light up a marijuana cigarette, Cotter.
Sorry, my bad.
It was his own brand.
Of course it is.
Kill_4209. Rules in Arizona where the fight's taking place apparently allow him to smoke closer up to the fight than other states would allow. So that's why he actually just lit up a joint right up on the stage while they were doing the weigh-ins. Crazy stuff to see. Obviously, never seen that before. And he's taking on Leon Edwards. I mean, do you think he's going to smoke before the fight?
I don't know. I mean, maybe. I mean, didn't Mike Tyson say he was high before his fight, or was it after his fight?
I think it was after the fight.
It was after the fight, okay. You would think he wouldn't do it before. I mean, that just seems like a really bad idea.
So there was actually a tweet coming from a UFC journalist named Jeff Nowitzki. He said, great working with the Arizona Commission who are adopting our new testing program/rules for this weekend. Only issue with marijuana for Saturday's fight is it doesn't show up impaired or under the influence, how it should be. So essentially what they're saying is they're going to test him just before the fight to make sure he's not under the influence, because apparently you can't fight while high.
That makes sense. I mean,
I don't think I would want to fight while high anyway.
No.
Equilibrium's all off, but also your tolerance to pain could be way up.
There are benefits.
I mean, I've been punched in the face before, probably while high. I don't remember it.
We could test that theory if they'd ever legalize it in Georgia.
Yeah, Georgia, get it together.
I mean, it's for science, Georgia. Come on.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, we're science guys. Not so much math, but science, big time.
All right, coming up next, came across this story, handwritten management tips from a pimp. These are priceless. We got those coming up next. Stick around. Glorious Sons and SOS, Cotter and Marshall Show. It's Rock 106.1.
I think with this list, this guy proves that pimping is easy. It really does. His brother Nick was high as a kite when he fought Takanori Komi. Probably. This list, do you want to go 10 to 1, 1 to 10? Doesn't matter.
I think we just do 1 to 10 on this. I don't think this was anything.
Wanda, dear God, I need a fatty right now. Guessing you're talking about a marijuana cigarette and not just some fatty dude. We used to have one for you, then you just got married recently.
I know.
Rest in peace, Jake's single life. So our good buddy Jake, who does afternoons on Bob 106.9, speaking of, just got married, so we were just referencing. So I messaged him on this group chat between Cotter, Jake, and myself last night, and I said, Jake, I noticed you're not responding to anything we're texting. Must be having too much sex. So Jake responds. He goes, that's definitely not an issue. First night at our hotel, we didn't have AC. It went out. That must have been the utter worst. He's down in Clearwater, Florida.
Yeah, that had to be miserable.
I would have spent the night with the shower on, just running the cold water over
yeah,
me.
Wouldn't be a bad idea.
That must just the first night of your honeymoon. The AC goes out in Florida in June. Oh, and Jake's not a guy that runs cool. You constantly hear him talk about running hot.
Yeah.
He's a big time run hot guy.
He is.
Oh, the worst. Wanda goes, yes, I need a joint. This kid is about to make me have a mental breakdown. So I'm guessing your kids aren't at summer camp still? All right, guys, coming up next, we found this article about this guy who recently just got arrested, where he actually had written down the 10 rules of being a pimp.
Oh, man. And I mean, they're management rules. This is, you read over these, and this is, you're like, this could be the worst boss I ever had. He could have been the person who wrote these down, because it's just like that a-hole boss, and this is perfect. So I guess that makes every a-hole boss a pimp, or at least a wannabe pimp.
Rhett, I don't have enough time to answer that question, but I'll answer it after the break in regards to Cowboy and everything. Actually, and we're going to do some more stuff for him. So anyway, We'll talk about that here after the break. Got about 30 seconds. We're going to jump back on the air. Once again, laying down management rules for pimps. These are great. We got 10 rules for you.
Yeah, it's funny.
Jeremy, I wouldn't care. No AC or not. We're getting it on. Hot and sweaty makes it better. All right, you freak.
All right, be right back, guys. Connor and Marshall Show, good morning. Happy Friday. Thanks for hanging out on air and on the stream. This next thing we found, I don't know. This is awesome. Police raided a house in Long Island, arrested 8 people on prostitution and heroin charges.
Oh.
Okay, that part not awesome. They also uncovered a list of handwritten instructions for pimps called Rules to the Game of Hose. The list was written by 26-year-old Stephen McDaniel. And these are his management tips for being a pimp. And I stand by it, man. If you ever had just a crappy boss somewhere along the line, I think you're going to hear these. You're going to be like, this was that crappy boss I had 3 years ago.
So I think from The Office, Prison Mike would write these rules.
Yes, totally.
These rules sound like they're written by Steve Carell's character. And just to clear it up, before we get in these rules, Cotter and I do not endorse these rules.
No.
We highly recommend you don't use these management tips in any form or fashion of employment, especially as a pimp. I think there's better ways to be a pimp.
All right, so once again, Rules to the Game of Hose. This was written by Stephen McDaniel, who was recently arrested. Number 1, always make them need and depend on you so you have the power over them. Power is control.
As a number 1 rule, if you're going to be a pimp, yes, that sounds very logical.
I agree. I mean, I think that is just kind of sets the stage for everything in that kind of relationship. Number 2, make them understand you don't need them. They need you. And they are replaceable. Never let them know if you need them deep down inside.
See, that's like a relationship rule for someone that's been very hurt.
I do like though that he kind of got deep there. Never let them know deep down inside if you feel you need them. Don't let them know that. But I mean, this is where he gets into. That sounds like a crappy boss. Mm-hmm. Would be one of their management tips. Let them know you are replaceable.
Yep.
I mean, I've seen bosses say that kind of stuff. That's not good.
It's not a reputation you probably want to walk around with. Cotter, rule number 3. Once again, we are going over the rules of Rules to Game of Hose. This is written by Stephen McDaniel. This gentleman was recently arrested on prostitution and heroin ring charges. Number 3, never let number 1 get away with sneaking anything, because once they feel they can get away, they will always scheme.
It's true.
Yeah. I mean, once you let them get away with one thing, they're always going to think, you know what? Got this guy wrapped around my finger. Got my pimp wrapped around my finger. I can do anything I want.
This is a great rule for a parent.
Oh.
I mean, honestly, you don't want your kids thinking they can get away with everything, because if so, they will always scheme.
Yeah, and once again, we do not endorse these pimp rules. We're only telling them to you so you can maybe mold them into a better rule for yourself for your life. We're not saying use these rules straight up as we're saying them.
No,
definitely don't do that.
All right, number 4, no matter how much you like or care for one or any of them, don't trust none of them. Like Scarface, who do I trust? Me. That's who.
That's just a good life rule, man. Sometimes you just can't trust anyone.
No, you got to look out for number 1.
Exactly.
All right, number 5, and we'll take a break. Always stay 2 steps ahead of the game you have them playing.
Yeah, essentially you have to be Littlefinger from Game of Thrones.
Yes.
You got to be playing that game, except at the end where the Sansa killed him. Oh, sorry, spoiler alert.
I think we're good.
Yeah. Anyway, you always got to be 2 steps ahead. Always think ahead of the game. Just any scenario, write it down.
All right, we've got 10 management tips written by a pimp. We got 5 more to go. We'll get to them next. It is the Cotter and Marshall Show. Rock 106.1.
Those are good rules.
So, I mean, some of them, yes. Like I said, honestly, the one, never let them scheme, that is a perfect rule for parenting. But then, I mean, the replaceable one, you don't need them.
Well, you can't replace kids?
They need you. I guess.
Yeah.
I guess you can. But, I mean, those, like I said, just crappy boss rules.
Yeah.
Okay. Running over, so I got rid of Danzig's Mother just for you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
We play it too much. I don't know why you still have it on rotation.
It's a good song.
Rhett, to answer your question now that we have a few minutes, Cowboy. So Cowboy is a gentleman who recently passed away. He is the owner and proprietor of 5 Points Productions. So he does like weddings, and he did like trivia and bingo and karaoke all over the Low Country and Coastal Empire. The guy's been around forever. Incredible reputation.
Yeah.
His real name was Brad Tatum. So he passed away a few days ago due to some complications.
He's had some medical issues the past few years.
Yeah, but a great guy. And he always helped us out. Huge fan of the radio station. So that's why we paid tribute to him just a little bit the other day when we talked about him in about last night. So Brad was a great guy, and just the outpouring that we've seen on social media. I mean, he was very much loved by a lot of people. I mean, I think our post was shared over 100 times on the Rock 106.1 Facebook page. So, I mean, he touched a lot of people, and he was always so very good to us. So that's who Brad was. His nickname was Cowboy. Great guy. And very sad to hear about his passing earlier this week.
It sounds like Molly McPherson's in Pooler. They reached out to us. He hosted their like trivia and bingo and karaoke there for years.
Yeah.
They're putting together a fundraising event for the family.
Oh, great.
Coming up, I want to say like the 24th of June. So once we get some more information, we'll pass it on. But I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah. Morning, A-Dub. Hey, Cotter was suggesting you weren't coming into work today. Is that true?
I brought it up.
He said you were too much of a baby back bitch to show up in this building today. He just thinks Friday's your golf day. He thinks you don't work on Fridays. Is this true? What else? Is there any other things you'd like to get off your back in regards?
I think you covered it all.
Oh, you covered it all?
Yeah, thank you.
Baby back bitch doesn't show up to work on Fridays. Anything else about our boss?
He sucks at golf?
Oh, he sucks at golf. Oh.
That's probably the worst thing I could have said out of all those things.
It's true. Yeah, he takes that very personally. Hey, you know what, Aaron? I think you're an above average golfer. How about that?
Oh, he's on his way in now. There you go. All right.
There you go. Sean was right. He was coming in to take a dump, then he's leaving. Was coming in for one monster crap, and then I'm taking off. Happy Friday. Then he leaves and just gives us the finger.
Oh, shit. That's funny.
All right, guys. Coming up here in just a few moments, we're going to wrap up our list of rules to Game of Hose. Got 5 more rules for you. This is written by a dude who was recently arrested for pimping and, of course, a heroin ring. Whoops. After that, Cotter will do something for the first time in his life. This is very interesting. You've never had pork rinds.
Never.
So Cotter we're going to go over some like fun facts of pork rinds, and then we're going to let Cotter taste test pork rinds. Do you want to do like a 5-word review? Do you want to put it?
I like that.
Do you want to put it in that universe, or do you just want to have just a natural reaction, kind of like what we did with the mustard and watermelon?
Yeah, let me go natural reaction.
Okay. All right. Rhett just dropped a Wheel of Florida story here.
Oh,
yeah, we saw that. That was a good one. It's the crazy naked lady.
Yeah.
Who's extremely hot. Greg, one of the best comments of the day. Somebody better be sharpening that shitter splitter. Hashtag sounds like a job for Tim the Cheater. I love it. Oh. Love it, Greg. Hey, Greg, are you going running this weekend, dude? Do you want to take Cotter with you? Cotter has already said he's got nothing to do this weekend. Nothing to do except for mow the lawn.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing else.
Drink Mexican cake.
That's going to be at nighttime, but during the day,
is it, though?
Tons of time to go running. Greg right there, come on out. He's like, it's like, what is it? Is it Beauty and the Beast? Be my guest, be my guest, put the magic to the test.
Easy 10
Cotter,
tomorrow.
Go on out and take over. Just go out for the first mile.
Easy 10 minutes, maybe.
Name your sex tape.
I'll take 10 minutes. That's fine. Jeez.
really put me over the moon there, man.
Yeah. All right, where are we at? All right, we got some teardrops from Bring Me the Horizon coming up. After that, we'll finish up this list.
Are we playing the song multiple times? Is it? I thought it was just called Teardrop.
Oh,
Is it called teardrops?
Teardrops.
Oh, okay. I must have messed that up.
And then we'll finish up this list. And yeah, top of the 8 o'clock hour, I'll eat some pork rinds.
A-Dub actually says you should run 10 miles. He actually wrote 10 miles Cotter. So
yeah, that's not happening right now. I'm not up for 10 miles yet.
How far could you run right now? Gun to your head. I'm in a Segway right next to you with a gun. I say run or I'll shoot you. How far could you run?
I could probably do a 5K slowly.
Okay. So you
3 miles.
It's 3.1. 3.1 mile. 3.1 miles. I shoot you. Is that when you stop running?
Well, I mean,
how far literally could you go until you literally stop over?
I have no idea. I don't know. I mean, if I'm just slowly putzing along,
5 miles?
Maybe
6 miles?
I don't know.
7 miles?
I have no idea.
All
I don't know.
Well, sounds like I'm gonna shoot your ass. Greg says 3.11 miles is a 5K.
I forgot the 0.01.
To be honest, we're not math guys.
No,
so,
and we know you know this.
Yeah, that one's on you, Greg.
No, 10 miles is not happening today or this weekend anytime soon. Got to work back up to that.
How many miles are you gonna get in this weekend?
I'm going to try to do, I'd like to try to do 3. So I did 2 the first weekend. I said probably 1.5 with the dog last weekend. The dog is going to doggy daycare on Saturday.
Okay.
For all day. So I'd like to take him to doggy daycare and then run. So that's kind of the plan.
Okay. Will you run in the rain?
If it's not a downpour, yes. I don't mind running in the rain.
Are you jealous of guys who run shirtless in the rain? I see a lot of that around my community.
If I felt I wouldn't gross people out, I would happily do it. So yes, I would say I'm jealous. You won't be the slowest. Yeah, there's no way I'm running 10 miles.
All right, so we have Rhett just shared another story on the stream. He goes, woman allegedly set husband on fire as he slept after believing he poisoned her chicken wings.
What the hell?
Oh, that's awesome. I did read where that was at, so if you do want to do another Wheel of Florida this coming week, I'm more than happy to do that. All right, guys, later in the show, we're going to have Carly from United Distributing in for beer for breakfast. She's got a couple beers for us. Very excited to try those. Also, that's not all. Cotter's going to try himself some pork rinds for the very first time. We'll go over some pork rind facts, and we'll have Are You Smarter Than a Community College Dropout? New sponsor on Are You Smarter Than a Community College Dropout? And then we'll give away some Shinedown tickets.
I like it. Hot and spicy flavored pork rinds. So they're not regular pork rinds. I don't know if maybe I should have started with just normal ones, but I like hot and spicy.
No, I think that's fine.
Yeah. The general idea.
Yeah, there's lots of different flavors of pork rinds. I've messed with a couple of them. I think I like flavored ones more than I like just regular ones.
I get that.
I think you're fine trying those out.
All right, guys, be right back. It is the Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1. I came across this story. Police raided a house in Long Island, arrested 8 people on prostitution and heroin charges. But during the raid, they also discovered a list of handwritten instructions for pimps called Rules to the Game of Hoes. So basically 10 management tips if you want to get into that pimping game. We got 5 more to go. Number 6 on this list. Don't let them know all your plans, but always try to know theirs.
Right. You want to be ahead of the game. Once again, that's like being 2 steps ahead. The rule that he previously wrote on this list. Yeah, it's always good to know what people are up to so you could scheme around them.
Number 7 may be, I guess, I don't know, one of the worst yet. Make sure you own their minds, bodies, and souls. Test it out every often to make sure.
So wait, is he talking about having sex with his hose, or is he just talking about testing his hose?
I think it's all about control. I think he's testing to make sure he has control over their minds, bodies, and souls.
See, I feel like is this a thing about being a pimp? You just repeat yourself because you're talking so much? Because I feel like this one essentially is rule number 1 on this list.
I guess that's true.
Yeah. I mean, pimps talk too much. Still not out there?
Maybe.
Yeah. And once again, I think you can correlate this to a bad boss. Sometimes bosses will think they own you. calling you all the time, texting you, emailing you at inappropriate times, like when you're doing your morning show, asking you about a 20th anniversary show, if you could buy flags for the show. Look, bro, I'm doing something. Obviously, I'm busy. Don't message me, right? You don't own me, my mind, body, or soul, A-Dub.
Number 8, keep your B on the low as possible when it comes to families and haters, because you can't trust none of them.
By B, you mean the hoe, right?
Biatch.
Oh, whoa.
No, that was.
Whoa.
I'm just going with what's said here.
Right. And once again, these pimp rules, we're not endorsing them. We're just sharing them so you know what a pimp feels like and knows and kind of goes by. It sounds like these are their bylaws.
Yeah, it's true.
Do you think there's a pimp society out there?
Yes.
There's a pimp union?
I bet there is somewhere.
What do you think the dues are?
Oh, man. I don't know. I bet you could pay in money.
Or girls?
Or weed.
Sorry.
Or girls. Or girls.
Yeah.
Yes, you could pay in any of those 3 things.
Good point.
Go ahead.
Number 9 on the list, there's 2 more rules, guys. Once again, we're going over the rules to the game of hoes. Number 9, always try to know what's going on. Make them tell on each other. See, this is a good game. Essentially, it's just like just snitching. And usually, snitches get stitches. But in this case, come on.
This is the most hostile work environment ever.
I mean, it's high risk, but is it high reward? For the pimp, it is.
Yeah, I say for one half of this team, yes. The other half, no. None whatsoever. Number 10, give respect when respect's due. They said follow these rules, and you should be Gucci.
Right. So, yeah, I mean, you want to make sure you're taking care of them. Obviously, you want to own their mind, body, and souls. If you're a pimp, once again, we don't endorse these rules. But, yeah, I mean, you want to make sure that you're taking care of them to a level where you feel or they feel that you're taking care of them.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm telling you, it's like I've worked for people that could have written this.
Mm-hmm. Do you want to name them? Let's start naming them.
Let's just say Hollywood.
Oh, your old boss back in the day.
Yeah. So I'm just saying, I've worked for people that could have written this.
Do you think he was a former pimp?
He dressed like it sometimes.
Okay,
very possible.
Did he have the cane?
No, he didn't. But he had some bling. Dude loves some bling, man. So I you know what?
Was he a guy that wore a pinky ring?
Yes.
Okay, definitely a pimp.
Yes.
He's a pimp.
Totally was. All right, coming up after 8 o'clock. This is going to sound weird. I've never eaten a pork rind in my entire life.
So weird.
So we've got some pork rind facts and a bag of pork rinds in the studio, hot and spicy. I'm going to see if I like them. I'm going to say I think I will. I think I have been hating on pork rinds unnecessarily my entire life.
Possibly.
We'll find out after 8 o'clock. It is the Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1.
Ooh, A-Dub says, guess what? Today's not the day you want to mess with me. Hashtag double chokehold. Raven Dantes goes, A-Dub, I think, is farting in your general direction. I need a shitter session just in case I shart. We should get some A-Dub wipes. We should get some A-Dub branded wipes.
That's funny.
Should be Gucci. I'm like American Eagle at best. All right, guys, thanks for hanging around with us this morning. Obviously, having some fun there with the pimp rules. Once again, we do not endorse them.
No.
But we understand them. But once again, we do not endorse. All right, guys, coming up, we're going to do pork rinds, trivia. Then we'll have Carly in for beer for breakfast. And then after that, a few Marshall music news stories. We've got 2 set up, one in regards to Megadeth and the other with Nirvana. So we'll talk about that, and that's going to kind of wrap up the show leading into your weekend. This weekend, obviously, UFC 263 is happening Saturday night. That NXT thing, did you say that was Saturday or Sunday?
That's Sunday.
Yeah, Sunday if you're into the wrestling. NXT is doing a deal. There's no other like WWE pay-per-view or anything?
No, the next one's Hell in a Cell. Is it next weekend? I don't know. That one's coming up next. But yeah, the NXT, it's their in your house takeover.
Okay.
So that last year's was pretty fun. So it should be good.
Add some hot sauce to the pigskins. Relive the challenge. You should just throw some Cotter and Marshall hot sauce on it.
Let me try them by themselves first.
Yeah, try them naked, then sauce them up, man.
I'll go get the hot sauce. I'll try it.
While Cotter is jumping out and doing that, I'll actually set up the camera so you guys can check out. So we've been talking about getting Hefe some roommates for a little while now. We were going to buy him a plectos fish, and then we found out that fish grows up to 2 feet long, and he's only in a 3-foot tank or 3-gallon tank that's, I don't know, like a foot tall, so that would be bad. So we bought him some snail friends yesterday. So we bought Hefe 2 snails that'll help clean his tank and stuff. So we kind of redecorated the tank as well. So I'm going to set this up so I can show you the new setup for Hefe, because it's pretty dope. We only hang out with Hefe one day a week. Thursdays, he picks a new music song for us. But I definitely want to share what his new spot looks like, because honestly, it's kind of awesome. And I say that because I did it. So what do you guys got playing this weekend? Anything fun? Jeremy, Rhett, Elaine, what are you guys up to? So didn't get regular plain pork rinds? No, his Cotter's mom sent him a bag of kitchen cooked hot and spicy flavored pork rinds. So that'll be the very first pork rind this man's ever ate in his life. Which is really strange, because I've thrown parties and I know I had pork rinds at him. A couple different ones. I guess he just never ate them. All right, guys, just setting up this camera 3 so you can check out Hefe. Let's see if I can just pop him on real quick. Ooh, there he is. So there's the new setup for Hefe, guys. How cool is that? So I threw in SpongeBob SquarePants house to the left. And then we bought a little tiki guy. And then Hefe, I think, is hanging out near the top there. And we bought some snails for him. You know where the snails are? There's one. Oh, there you go. There's one, and I have no idea where the other one is. So we'll have to go back and look it out. But yeah, there's Hefe's new spot, man. How dope is that? Yeah, Hefe's up there, top left. Got like a sunken village type vibe to it. But there you go. Hefe's got some roommates, and then next week we're going to let you guys name the twins. So the snails, chicks, what's going on? What's up? And we're going to let you guys give us some suggestions on what the snail's name should be. And then we'll put up a voting thing, and then all next week you'll be able to vote. Oh, yeah, A-Dub makes a good point. There's the PGA tourney at the Congaree. Congaree? Is it Congaree? Congaree, yeah. That's happening this weekend. And that's open to the public, correct?
I believe so. Ooh, Texas holding them in alcohol and writing. Missed that. All right, we got about 7-ish minutes. Perfect.
Sorry, I'm just resetting the cam 3 so we're good for Carly when she comes in.
Sure. Let's see.
Crimson and Clover for the snails. I like that one. Jeremy says, I'm probably just working some overtime Saturday and probably fishing and resting Sunday. Sounds good.
Nice.
Yeah, the setup is for Hefe. I really enjoy. I took out unicorn, avocado unicorn, and then the party cactus. Took them out, and now they're just kind of living on themselves.
I mean, we've had those
since the beginning.
Yeah, so I mean, I get it. You got to mix it up a bit. SpongeBob Hefe.
All right. Yeah, this weekend I think I'm going to go to Bluffton tomorrow. Go eat and drink in a few places. Nice. Kind of chill out. Watch UFC 263. I'll tell you what, if that weather holds up, I think today I'm going to go sit on my pool and make some pina coladas.
Nice. Yep, going to leave here. go to Jake's to feed his cats. One of them doesn't. So it's like one of them, the door opens, and like any door opens, it goes through to the door. So the first day I went over there the other day, it took me like 3 minutes because they have this like the plastic mats that you put under office chairs.
Okay.
So they have like one of those underneath the door to where the room that they leave the cat in. They got 2 cats, and when they're not home, they keep them separate. So I couldn't get that door shut because the plastic part kept coming up. So that cat got out of there like 5-6 times before I finally got him in there and was shut the door. I'm like, damn cat.
Yeah, so with the snail suggestions, here are snail name suggestions we've gotten from listeners so far.
Okay.
Fu and Q, Mug and Tug, Yin and Yang, Thelma and Louise, Mary Kate and Ashley, TNA, Jekyll and Hyde, and Crimson and Clover.
Okay.
And then we'll add in a couple of ours as well. But we'll put up a poll, and we'll drop the link a bunch of times next week so you guys can vote. Sean says, I'm going camping in the Bluffs in southern Minnesota. Is Minnesota still on fire, Sean? You said it was like 1,000 degrees last week, and I think you said early this week, too.
All right, so we still have about 5-ish minutes.
Cool.
We're back.
We're giving away some 20th anniversary show tickets next week. Why don't you tell people how they can win them?
All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to do some 20th anniversary trivia. It could be about the show, could be about the station, the history of, but we're basically going to tell you the answer to the question before we ask it. So Monday at 5:05, listen to Billy, the Badass Rock Show. She's going to give you the answer to the question Marshall and I will ask Tuesday morning around 7:30, 7:35. Then once we ask the question, first person who has the correct answer, whether they know it just because they're smart or they may know it because they heard Billy say it, first person with the correct answer, when we do that, they're going to win the tickets. And then we'll do that for the rest of the week. So Tuesday, Billy will give the answer for Wednesday's question, Thursday for Friday, and so on and so forth. So we're going to do that all next week. So listen up, Billy, 5:05 on Monday. She'll give you the answer for the next morning's question. And we'll give away tickets all next week.
Nice.
Still hot. 105 or so yesterday. Damn.
I didn't know Minnesota got that hot, dude. Honestly, I thought so far north. I just thought it was always like a pleasant 80.
Somebody broke
degrees.
something.
Minnesota's broke, dude. Return it. Yeah, so there are 3 more potential shows. I was kind of hinting at them that could be announced here in the next couple weeks. One is all but set. It's got a date. I know the artist.
Is that the one we was brought up a while ago?
I don't know what you mean, but let's just say yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because there was one that was brought up and hasn't been announced yet.
Yeah, and then there's it's not that one, but that one is on the way as well.
Okay.
It's a separate one. Sorry, I'll write it down.
Okay.
Just to not keep you in the dark here. If you could read my writing.
Oh, shoot. Okay.
Did you know about that one?
I did not.
Oh, okay.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's kind of funny considering things.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, so that I think is going to get announced next week.
Okay.
If I had to take a guess.
That'll be fun. I like that.
Yeah, there's some hold up. There's a family issue with some stuff going on with them. So just waiting on that getting cleared up, and I think that show is going to get announced. But tons of shows, guys.
Dude, that's awesome.
After a year and a half of kind of not having anything, we're getting everything at once. I actually saw someone tweet just last night. They're like, "Rest in peace, my wallet," because everyone's announcing shows right now.
I mean that was the downside to all of this, because you really. I mean, and I like the way things getting spaced out here locally. When I say when I say this, I mean everything that's kind of happening, within driving distance. Jacksonville, Atlanta, all that stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, you're gonna have to power rank the shows you want to see, because you may have to get to the point where you're like, I want to go to that one, but I really want to go to that one.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, there's some tickets I'm just having to buy just because I literally can't get them for free just because of where we're at and geographically, and just like. There's some stuff I'm just not going to be able to go to, which sucks.
Yeah.
But I mean, like I wrote out the rest of my year, like weekend wise, and I'm going to so much stuff.
Yeah.
The second half of this year, it's ridiculous.
Making up for it. I read somewhere there's a survey that there's a majority of people that are going to spend twice as much this summer as they did, in 2019.
Oh, yeah.
Because making up for last year and because of the pandemic, they were able to save up enough money to where they can do it relatively guilt-free. So I'm like, that's pretty cool.
Good for them. Rhett says, speaking of Billy, she likes to speak while the next song is playing in the background, saying sometimes cover her voice, meaning you can't hear.
Okay.
Cotter will speak to her.
I'll tell her to be loud.
Well, he won't be a pimp and use the pimp rules against her.
No, because Billy'd kick my ass.
But he may slap her.
Bill,
he's a violent man, Cotter.
Billy would kick my ass.
When he drinks, though. Depends. She's close to you while you're drinking 2 Mexican cakes.
I'm just gonna pass out.
May get the backhand.
No, I'll just pass out. 1 Mexican cake after this week, I'm gone.
You think so?
Yeah.
No.
Bottle 10.5. I'm tired as hell. I don't know, man. I don't think so.
Andrew, solid point. Don't lie. Nobody saved any money during the pandemic. We all spent it on drugs and beer. Agreed. Agree to agree.
I was just reading the survey. All right, guys, got about 30 seconds.
Lane Sain says, since the fish is Hefe, the snails could be Dwight and Karen. I don't get the reference.
I don't either. No, I'm slow.
Elaine, explain the reference. We're dumb. All right, we're going right into
pork rind facts.
Here we go.
All right, guys, be right back. Good morning. Thank you for hanging out, Cotter and Marshall Show. Be sure to join the Horde and get on the stream, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. We video stream the show, the entire thing, every morning. You can be there in between songs and commercials. We're hanging out, chatting, having a good time. It's like a show within the show. So join the Horde now, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. You can always listen to the show. Just download that app for free. Get us in your in-home smart speaker or check us out at rock1061.com. Now, it was discovered a few weeks back that I have never in my life eaten a pork rind.
Wait, did you discover it or did I discover it?
On the show. It was discovered on the show. I mean, I realized I've never eaten a pork rind. But we discovered this. We talked about it on the show. And ironically enough, my mom, just about a week ago, sent a box of assorted chips, popcorns, and pork rinds from Illinois, a place called Kitchen Cooked. They're a local place in Illinois. So I brought them into the studio because I'm curious now. You've convinced me. I think for years I always thought they looked gross.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Just the look of them. I'm like, I'm not eating a pork rind. That looks disgusting.
How do they look disgusting? They look like puffed. Cheetos. Puffed Cheetos. They're just in a different shape.
Yeah, I don't know. I just always thought they looked gross.
Yeah. Well, pork rinds have been the go-to for any keto diet user out there because there are no carbs out there. So you could hammer that entire bag and not really feel too bad about yourself if you're running that keto life.
I'm definitely not. So I would just be fatter than I am now.
But no carbs is generally the way to roll when you go with a diet.
Yeah.
Generally, carbs are bad. Bread is bad. Turns out, when it comes to you trying to lose weight, there are 9 grams of fat in a pork rind, 17 grams of protein, and no carbs at all. In Brazil, they call pork rinds teressimo. Teressimo?
I like that.
Tiramisu? Same thing?
See, if tiramisu flavored pork rinds, I'm in all day long. You kidding me?
Really?
No, it sounds disgusting. Thailand's version of pork rinds are called kepmu. Any of those. Pork rinds. This sounds, just the name is disgusting.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you the guy that would go to a bar, and if there was a bowl of peanuts, would you eat the bowl of peanuts?
Oh, yeah.
But you have an issue with pork rinds.
Yeah. No, it's like, so if you go to the, I guess they're shelled peanuts. You go to the rail, give me a scoop of the peanuts, guys.
Yeah, just like communal peanuts freak me out, man. I'm not really about that communal peanut life.
I'd try those.
Yeah?
I got no issue with that. I don't know.
Got no problem with nuts. I get it.
You're talking about the keto thing. The Mexican variety of pork rinds are known as chicharrones.
No, it's chicharrones.
Okay, that's fine too.
Chicharrones. Oh, I love that. Oh, man, that's great. President Bush was known for his fondness of pork rinds.
Yeah.
Apparently. And these are all the facts that we have on pork rinds. We just looked it up, turns out.
Well, no, the pork rind capital of the world. Westminster, Ohio.
Ohio's the worst.
Population 300. Why? Because they all died from eating pork rinds.
I think you're setting yourself up to hate pork rinds.
No, I'm maybe, I don't know. Pork rind day, appreciation day, Super Bowl every year.
Really?
Yeah, I guess. I've never been to a Super Bowl party that had pork rinds.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's February 5th, right? I think was
something like that.
Yeah, National Pork Rind Day. Once again, didn't know that existed.
All right, so coming up next, for the first time ever, I'm going to try some pork rinds. I'm assuming I'll like them.
They're hot and spicy. I think you'll like them. You like anything hot. And I think you're going to throw on some of the Cotter and Marshall Show hot sauce, Torture Blues Day, to kind of even spice it up even further, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm going to try them just plain first, and we'll throw in the hot sauce. So that's coming up next. Do I like pork rinds? We'll find out together. It's the Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1. A day to remember. Here's everything we need.
You never heard of chicharrones?
No.
Really?
No. What's a chicharron? A pork rind?
Yeah, it's a pork rind.
Stank.
What?
They stank.
They have some weird spice on that. That is different than any a pork rind that I've smelled before.
All right, we'll see. 2.5 minutes.
See, Dwight Schrute and Karen Philby. Okay. Andrew says Mission has picante flavored pork rinds. They're awesome.
Interesting.
So Sean, who is on the chat right now, he says that there are kimchi flavored pork rinds, and I'm about that life, but I've never had them before.
I do like kimchi. I think that's good. That'd be interesting.
Andrew says should have brought in options, a couple different brands for him to try. This is the only bag we had.
Yeah, no. I wasn't going to go out and buy a bunch of pork rinds. What if I hated them?
Yeah, what if you hated them?
So here's the deal. If I like these, maybe.
Charles says, after you try pork rinds, next is fried chicken skin. So good, but bad for the waistline.
I've never had that either. Marshall, fried chicken skin? Ever had it?
I mean, is he just talking about like just fried chicken and eating the skin off the fried chicken?
Or no, because you can crisp them up like chips, I think, right? Is that what you're talking? Or you just, because yeah, I've had them off of like Kentucky Fried Chicken. It's delicious.
You can get fresh pork rinds at Stokes Produce. They are in the farmer's market in Garden City. Huh. I had no idea.
I mean, is it like when you go into Red Lobster and you get to pick your lobster, you get to go there and it's like, that's the pig I want.
Yeah, and they just take they take like just a peeler and peel it right off the pig alive, and they cut them up into small pieces and drop them into the fryer.
You said it was fresh.
Yeah, there you go. In addition to the watermelon challenge yesterday, people are also doing the challenge with cinnamon. Oh, is that popular again? I ain't doing that, man.
No. Hey, Bert, what's up, man?
Pork rinds do stink. Yeah, it has a funk to them. This one's different. I've ate a bunch of different pork rinds. That one's way different. It's got like a different spicy thing to it. Bert says Blue Ridge Rock Festival lineup comes out 10 a.m. I am so happy. That one's happening up in Virginia. I think it's Danville, Virginia.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, it's quite the lineup, hosted by Steve-O of all people.
If you started eating pork rinds, I can't eat them plain. Yeah, I don't have plain. These are hot and spicy. We'll see. All right, guys, be right back. Good morning. Thank you for hanging out on air and on the stream. Cotter and Marshall Show. So, 45 years old. I have never tried a pork rind. So I have a bag. Hot and spicy flavored pork rinds from Kitchen Cooked Potato Chips. It's a company out of Illinois. My mom just happened to send these to me. We found it a couple weeks ago, or we talked about it on the show. I've never eaten a pork rind. So I'm going to, I guess, give it a shot here.
Yeah, go ahead and try those. Once again, Cotter, 45 years old, grown man, has never ate a pork rind. Doesn't like the smell of it. They do have a distinct smell to them. So you know what a pork rind is. It's just, pig skin fried, puffed up.
It looks like wrinkly old man testicles.
Right. Yeah, so you're very familiar with that sight?
Yes. It's not appealing. All right, here we go. I'm going to eat it.
All right, go ahead. Yeah, try out the pork rind. He's trying out the hot and spicy pork rind from Kitchen Cooked. They're light. Should be a nice little spicy flavor. Shouldn't be that bad.
I don't know if I want to hold this against the pork rind. I don't know if I like the seasoning.
The hot and spicy seasoning?
Yeah, try that.
Okay.
I don't think I like the seasoning. I mean, yeah. There's something about it. Maybe it's. My mom sent me a out-of-date bag of pork rinds. Can they go bad? I don't know.
I don't think they can go bad. The seasoning is a little weird on these, but I mean, the texture and everything is exactly what a pork rind is.
Sell by tomorrow. So I guess
no, they're fine. They're still good. No, for me, pork rinds are great. Yeah, that flavor profile, not a huge fan of.
No.
Hot and spicy, yeah, it's got a little heat to it, but
yeah, it's got a bit of heat to it. I'm kind of curious. We should have taken whoever brought up the idea of having different options, because I'm now curious to try just a normal pork rind, because that flavor is gross.
The normal pork rind flavor is nothing to write home about. I mean,
I get that.
It's nothing that great. You should try some. So we have our very own hot sauce, just in case you never heard about it.
We'll do that.
So we have. We teamed up with MF Hot Sauce, our buddy Jeremy, and he created Torture Blues Day. It is a blueberry maple bacon hot sauce with chocolate ghost pepper and also 6 other different peppers in it, because he wanted to make it extra hot. So Cotter right now is trying pork rinds for the first time in his life.
Yeah.
And he's dropping some Torture Blues Day on it. So maybe the Torture Blues Day will definitely make it taste better.
It's got to. Because, I mean, there's something about that seasoning that is not good. All right, so here we go.
Yeah.
See, Torture Blues Day makes anything better.
Yeah, I mean, 100%, right?
Yeah. Unfortunately, the Torture Blues Day was the flavor right away, and then at the end, I go back to that. Sorry. I think it's the seasoning. I'm not going to hold it against the pork rind, so I'm not going to say I like pork rinds. I'm not going to say I dislike pork rinds.
Do you like the texture of it, though?
Texture was fine.
Like, it's like light and crunchy. It's almost like, I know it's weird to say, it's like a cereal.
A little bit. No, 100%. No, so I don't hate them, but I'm dipping my toe into the pool of pork rinds.
Wow. Into the foreskin of pork rinds.
Because I will.
Is that what pork rinds are?
I wouldn't be surprised. I will try some more. I'm not ruling it out yet, but I just don't like the seasoning on these pork rinds.
I think in the future, maybe we'll do like a web exclusive Cotter Taste different kinds of pork rinds deal. I think we'll do that.
All right, so coming up next, we're going to get to Fireaway Friday. You still have a chance to vote for one of these songs. This weekend, for our 20th anniversary weekend, we're highlighting 2010. So we got 3 songs from 2010 today. Cage the Elephant, In One Ear, I don't think has got a single vote yet.
Whoops.
Godsmack, Love, Hate, Sex, Pain, or Stone Sour, Say You'll Haunt Me. As of now, Godsmack is leading, but it is by a very slim margin. So if you want to hear one of the other 2 songs, you still got time to vote. You can vote right now in the chat. You can text us, 800-394-1061, or hit us up on Facebook. Coming up next, we're going to play the song with the most votes. It's Fireaway Friday, Cotter and Marshall, Rock 1061.
I feel like the heat hit you right there. Most votes. Yeah, that would have happened to me too.
Those. I can't say I'm a fan of that seasoning.
Yeah, the seasoning's really weird. I was not expecting that.
It's like I don't know. It's like a weird, cheap ripoff Old Bay-ish kind of season. I don't know.
Yeah, but it was weirdly spicy though. For that.
Nope. All right. Like I said, I won't hold it against the pork rind as a whole. But I will hold it against that hot and spicy pork rind seasoning they used.
So we're going to give those to Mac?
Yep, totally.
I feel like Mac's a big pork rind girl.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. I feel like at birth, when they give you the baby, like, oh, here's your baby, they give you a bag of pork rinds. And like, I don't know, whatever the seasonal nut is. And they're like, have fun. Good luck with that baby. It's Alabama, guys. It's weird. All right, guys, coming up next, we're going to play your choice at Fireaway Friday. Then we're going to play ourselves some Are You Smarter Than a Community College Dropout trivia. With that, you automatically, if you play us, win tickets to Shinedown, their show in Disgusta, Georgia, at the SRP Park. Thank you, Charles, for making me think that every single time I talk about the Shinedown show. Then after that, Carly's going to join us from United Distributing. She is going to bring in some incredible beers. We cannot wait to try those. Elaine says she votes for Gobsmacked. So there's another vote for them. And then we'll wrap up the show with Marshall's Music News. And then we'll let you off into the wild of the weekend. Some pretty cool stuff going on. Obviously, there's the big golf tournament, the Congaree. What's the official title?
Palmetto Championship at Congaree.
There it is. So that golf tournament's going on. If you actually want to get out there and yell Brooksy at every single golfer, if you're a golf fan, you may know what I'm talking about. And then obviously UFC is Saturday nights. You got NXT, pay-per-view wrestling on Sunday nights. And then the weekend, if you take the rain out of the forecast, doesn't look too bad.
Yeah, that's true.
Actually, what are we looking at here? They're saying tomorrow's 90, Sunday's high 86, but they're saying a really good chance of rain on Saturday, which kind of bums me out. But hopefully that goes the hell away and we can get some beach and pool time in.
Yeah, that'd be nice. I haven't gone to, so our community has a pool. I haven't gone to it yet. And I'm like, it's got to just be a cluster on the weekends would be my guess. A bunch of, I don't know. When we first moved here, we lived at an apartment, the Oaks on Wilmington Island. And there would never seem to be that many people ever at the pool. So it was nice. I don't know. I'm always seeing now, especially since it's hot, just families and families walking to the pool. And I'm just like, I don't know if I want to deal with all of that.
Yeah, the Georgetown community pool, it's sort of busy every once in a while, but it seems to always kind of be chilled out for the most part. Elaine said gobsmacked, and then she said, sorry, dumb phone. Actually, you know what? I actually prefer you saying gobsmacked. Much better. All right, guys. Once again, up next, we're playing away your Fireaway Friday song, and then trivia, beer, music news, then off into the wild, like I said. Oh, one thing I haven't done this weekend that I need to do is they've released the first episode of Loki on Disney+.
Yeah, I still haven't watched it yet.
Yeah, so I have not watched it yet. I've heard really good things, but that's something to definitely check out over the weekend. Is there any big movies getting released this weekend?
Not that I've heard.
The last 2 weekends, we had A Quiet Place Part 2 and The Conjuring Part 3, which I watched back-to-back days. They're both great. Well worth your time in case you want to jump to the theaters. A Quiet Place Part 2, I would say it's on par, if not as good as the first film, and that's rarely ever done in a sequel.
Yeah.
And then A Conjuring 3, honestly, I thought it was really fun. The Conjuring series is what it is. It's not like it's like the best stuff that's ever been created, but it's always super interesting. I hope we get at least one more movie out of the Warren family, the tandem of whoever are the people that play them.
That was going to be my question. So all the movies feature the same couple?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
The Warrens are the...
Yeah, because they're based on real people, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So Lorraine and Ed Warren are the people that they're basing these people on. They're played by Vera Farmiga and Patrick Wilson. So Patrick Wilson was, he's been in a bunch of films, but he was in Aquaman. Probably the biggest film he's been in is called Aquaman. Obviously, that came out a few years ago. They actually released the new title for Aquaman 2. Did you see that yesterday?
No, I didn't.
Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, I think is what it's called.
Vera Farmiga. She was in
Bates Motel.
Yep, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
She was the mom.
Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. That was officially announced yesterday. That movie comes out next year.
Okay. That was a fun movie, the first one. I'm not going to go out and say it was great, but it was fun.
Yeah.
But no, yeah. So I forgot about Loki. So Loki and the zombie movie. Those are the two things I want to watch.
Oh, the other big film that was released, I think it was released yesterday or today, is In the Heights. So In the Heights is kind of a new musical film that Lin-Manuel Miranda from Hamilton fame, he actually wrote it.
Oh, nice.
And it's directed by the guy who did, I forget. The movie title was Asian something.
Crazy Rich Asians?
Crazy Rich Asians. Okay. Yeah, the guy who directed that film directed this In the Heights film, but essentially it's a musical. It's kind of on par with what he did with Hamilton, and it looks great. So you have In the Heights and Loki to watch, UFC this weekend to watch, NXT this weekend to watch, pool time, beach, and then the golf thing. So
I think this fall we'll finally get to see Hamilton. So 2018, we bought season passes.
I remember that.
To
Yeah.
a theater down in Jacksonville with the express purpose of knowing in 2020 they were bringing in Hamilton. You got first dibs if you're a season ticket holder.
Mm-hmm.
And my whole family loved theater, so I mean, it was a no-brainer anyway. And then Hamilton, we were supposed to see Hamilton the week of St. Patrick's Day, 2020. So right when everything hit, canceled it right away. So they pushed it back. So finally, we're going to get to go. And my youngest daughter, I feel bad because she's a huge Hamilton fan, and it was part of the reason we did it so she could get to go. And she'll be in school, so me and the wife are going.
Yeah, maybe she could fly in.
Maybe we'll see. We'll see. I'm not sure what our dates are yet, but I'm excited. I mean, I watched the movie version ish when they put that on Disney Plus, so I'm excited to see the actual play. So should be fun.
Rhett says Loki sets up Kang the Conqueror. Never mentions him by name though. Is he like the next big bad like Thanos-y guy? I'm not super familiar with him. I know the guy who's playing Kang the Conqueror though.
Okay.
So there is a series on HBO Max called oh my gosh, Lovecraft Country. Yeah, Lovecraft Country. That is really it's like a horror kind of anthology-ish series. But they've put out one season, and the lead character of that plays Kang the Conqueror. I just realized that because I saw a headline for it.
Yeah, we're getting into some of these tertiary characters from the Marvel Universe that I'm like, I don't know who that is. Kang the Conqueror? Yeah, I don't know who that is.
Red said, I watched Loki, and it's pretty good. Explains multiverse and introduces time travel, and like I said, it sets up Kang the Conqueror, never by name, though. A-Dub says, I was so bored watching Hamilton.
Watching theater on TV, I get it. It can be really rough sometimes.
The songs were cool. I'm like, I would say it was long. It was like 2.5, 3 hours long. Like it was cool.
Yeah.
It was free with Disney Plus. I mean, so I was fine with that.
No, but I mean, I get it. Watching a staged production on TV can be rough. So, but no, I enjoyed it too, and I'm looking forward to seeing it.
Charles said he's releasing another shower movie this weekend. Sorry, OnlyFans.
Hey.
So Charles,
I'll subscribe.
And maybe this is how Charles is making payroll every Friday. He's using his OnlyFans money. It's just videos of him watching us in a shower, big, bald, and sexy, just shaving himself. So, I mean, I'd subscribe to that. Just drop the link, Charles. We'll all subscribe to it.
I guess, A-Dub, did you watch Hamilton in the theater, or are you talking the movie version? Wicked was awesome. I agree. Wicked was super cool. I really like that one.
Once again, was that stage version you're talking about, or movie?
I watched the stage. I watched the stage version. One of the shows we got for our membership was Wicked in Jacksonville.
Oh, cool.
It was really good. All right, be right back. It is the Cotter and Marshall Show. Don't forget this weekend, if you're out drinking, save our number. Call the drunk line. Leave us a voicemail, 800-394-1061. All right, Marshall, I know I've said this a lot. I will eventually call the drunk line. Fingers crossed.
Nope.
Don't
do this.
I down.
Don't make promises you can't keep.
A Mexican cake, 22-ounce bomber, 10.5%. And if it's hitting me right, and I don't pass out.
Oh, it's going to hit you.
And I don't pass out too soon, I'll call the drunk line.
No, you won't.
I know I won't. But if I say it, I maybe encourage other people to feel like they're going to do the same thing.
Possibly. But the drunk line is definitely there for you at all times. 24/7, 365. Is it 365? Anyway,
we'll say yes.
Yeah,
not math guys.
It is available for you guys. So if you want to call the drunk line while you're having maybe some pina coladas out by the pool, or maybe when you're yugging beers, Saturday at the beach, or even if you're just sitting in your garage hating your life, wondering how you got at that exact moment, at that exact time, place, go ahead and call us 1-800-394-1061 this weekend. Drop us a voicemail. We play the best voicemails from the weekend every Monday at 9:15ish. On the Cotter and Marshall Show. All
right, Fireaway Friday gives you a chance to pick a song we play. Today, we are highlighting songs from 2010, since that's going to be the year we play this weekend for our 20th anniversary weekend. The choices were Cage the Elephant, In One Ear, Godsmack, Love, Hate, Sex, Pain, Stone Sour, Say You'll Haunt Me. Cage the Elephant, no love. Not even one vote.
Goose egged.
I think that's a first for Fireaway Friday.
Rest in peace, Cage the Elephant.
It was close between Godsmack and Stone Sour, but in the end, It was Godsmack, Love Hate, Sex Pain, Fireaway Friday, Cotter and Marshall Show. Rock 106.1.
There you go, guys. The Fireaway Friday choice of the day is good old Godsmacked. Coming up here in less than half an hour, we're going to have Carly dropping by the studio. She's from United Distributing, formerly with our friends over at Southbound. Or is she still with them? I don't know.
Nah, she's just with United.
Yeah. So she's going to stop in, bring us some beers. We're going to talk to her, see what United Distributing has on their plate coming up over here the next few weeks. Then, of course, we'll drink some beers, play some trivia for some Shinedown tickets. They're playing in Augusta, October 7th. That's a Thursday night. I got invited to actually go see Shinedown the next night in St. Augustine, so I'm going to be going down to see Shinedown on the 8th down in Florida.
They're great live, man. Seen them a couple times. Once when Brent was at his heaviest, back when he was having some issues before he cut the hair and slimmed down. He had the longer hair.
Yeah,
kind of looked like Ozzy Osbourne. They played the Shoreline Ballroom, and that was then. And then they actually played the Civic Center. And so when they started wearing the like the 3-piece suits kind of gig, and then actually did a thing up in New York before they released an album a couple years ago. They did a release party up in New York, and they did a couple acoustic songs there, and that was very cool.
Cool. Elaine says, you guys should do some drunk trivia when you're out and about.
Oh, I don't hate that idea.
Ooh, I don't know. Wait, who am I doing it with?
I still eventually, and this was something we talked about doing when we were doing the afternoon show. I want to take Are You Smarter Than Community College Dropout out and let people play in bars, for prizes. Not a weekly thing, but, say we get a decent sized prize where it's like, all right, we're going to play Are You Smarter Than Community College Dropout, winner gets this. And it's like a one night only type thing. I think that'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah, we could run like a Tournament of Champions, like NCAA style bracket thing.
Yeah.
Raven Dantes, when he was doing drugs.
Yes.
He didn't want to say that, but yes. Awkward.
When he was doing the drugs. But still sounded good. I'll give him that.
Yeah.
He was definitely very Ozzy-like. He had just the round glasses, long hair kind of covered his face.
Oh, yeah. He goes, come on, it's common knowledge, I guess.
Very much so.
I'm going to test out Cam 3 for Beer for Breakfast.
Sure.
I want to make sure it's way not where it should be.
A little crooked. All right, we got about 90 seconds before we're back. Your chance to play some trivia.
Why is this so loose up here?
There it is. Sorry. Nope. That's not the one.
All right, I'm going to have to unplug that. See?
Damn. There it is. There it is, guys. All right. Got about 45 seconds. Hop on, find somebody to play some trivia.
Just got to tighten this up.
All right, guys, be right back. Are You Smarter Than a Community College Dropout? Brought to you by Savannah Bar Crawl, new sponsor for the feature. We've been on a run lately.
It's felt pretty good. You and I have been winning, or at least tying, over these last few weeks. I don't think the last time that we lost was sometime in May.
Yeah, no, it's been a very long time. So I feel really good. Bring it on. Challenge me. I'll win.
Okay. I feel like, you know what? Absolutely. You should be taking on Cotter today. So let's go ahead and have you guys call in 1-800-394-1061. The first person to call in will hook you up with tickets to go check out Shinedown in Augusta Thursday, October 7th, just by taking on one of us, specifically Cotter.
All right. Are you smarter than a community college dropout? Is coming up next. Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1. Rock 106.1. Who's this? Hello? Oh, guess they went away. Rock 106.1. Who's this?
Kay.
Kay, how's it going?
I'm doing wonderful. How are you?
Fantastic. Want to play some trivia?
Sure.
All right, who do you want to take on, myself or Marshall?
Let's do Marshall.
Okay. All right. Hold on one second.
What are you saying? It was Holly yesterday.
Yeah, this is Kay. My phone's dead. I'm calling from a different phone.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I got you my phone number, though.
Okay, that's
written
fair.
down so you can get it.
All right, so here we go. Let me grab my stuff. All right, 7 questions, 60 seconds. Your time will start as soon as I finish question number 1. If you don't know an answer, feel free to pass. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, question number 1 is multiple choice. What team did Wayne Gretzky first play for in the NHL? Was it the Edmonton Oilers, Montreal Canadiens, or the Toronto Maple Leafs?
B.
Incorrect. Name 2 of the 6 colors found on a Rubik's Cube.
Blue, red.
Correct. What product ran a popular series of commercials in the 70s and 80s asking you not to squeeze it?
I'm sorry, repeat it.
What product ran a popular series of commercials in the 70s and 80s asking you not to squeeze it?
I'm not sure.
Okay. What's the name of the Twitter bird logo? Multiple choice. Barry, Larry, or Mark?
A.
Incorrect. John Lennon was shot and killed in what U.S. city?
I don't know.
A bite from a Lone Star tick can make people allergic to what food? Honey, milk, or red meat?
Red meat.
That is correct. How many signs are there in the zodiac?
12.
That is correct. All right. Marshall, Kay got 3 out of 7.
Okay.
All right, so I'm going to have you hang tight. We're going to put Marshall to the test, see how he does. So we'll be right back to you. Stay right there. All right, 7 questions, 60 seconds. Your time will start as soon as I finish question number 1. It is multiple choice. What team did Wayne Gretzky first play for in the NHL? Was it the Edmonton Oilers, Montreal Canadiens, or Toronto Maple Leafs?
Edmonton?
That is correct. Name 2 of the 6 colors found on a Rubik's Cube.
Red, yellow?
That is correct. What product ran a popular series of commercials in the 70s and 80s asking you not to squeeze it?
Pass.
What's the name of the Twitter bird logo? Barry, Larry, or Mark?
Oh, wow. It has a name?
It does.
Let's go with Larry.
That is correct.
Oh, nice.
John Lennon was shot and killed in what U.S. city?
New York City.
That is correct. Multiple choice. A bite from a Lone Star tick can make people allergic to what food? Honey, milk, or red meat?
Red meat?
Correct. And finally, how many signs are there on the zodiac?
12?
That is correct. Is that 6?
I think that's 6. Yeah, I passed on 1, yeah.
All right, Kay. Marshall got you, but no worries. We're still going to take care of you with the prize. I'm jotting down your number now. Make sure that's right. All right, so we'll give you a call here probably either later today or early next week for all the info and to make sure we've got...
Okay, I need to give you my number.
Oh, you need to give me... Okay, hold on one second. All right, what is your number? Okay. 657 912-657-5804. All right, perfect. We'll reach out and we'll get everything taken care of. All right, thank you very much. All right, here we go with the correct answers. Yes, Wayne Gretzky played first for the Edmonton Oilers. Yes, Wayne Gretzky played first for the Oilers in the NHL. The colors on a Rubik's Cube, blue, green, orange, red, white, yellow. The product that ran the commercials in the 70s and 80s about not squeezing it, the Charmin.
Everyone's writing Charmin right now on the chat.
Squeeze the Charmin.
I would have said cheese. Honestly, I wanted to say cheese.
What's the name of the Twitter bird logo? It is Larry, after Larry Bird.
I feel like I somehow guessed my way completely through this quiz.
John Lennon, unfortunately, was shot and killed in New York City. A bite from a Lone Star tick can make people allergic to red meat, and there are 12 signs on the Zodiac. We're back on Monday, another round of Are You Smarter? Are You Smarter Than a Community College Dropout, brought to you by the Savannah Bar Crawl. So listen up Monday morning, 8:30, your chance to play. Rock 106.1.
How many did Kay get?
3.
Gotcha. I'm just putting it on the record here. All right, guys, Cotter's going to edit that up. We'll be right back here in just a few minutes. Stop sexualizing Cotter.
Or keep going.
His wife's out of town, actually. He probably likes it. All right. You all set for trivia here?
I hope so. It's
Cool.
going to start in about 10 seconds.
All right, guys. Our guest just arrived, so we're going to get everything set, and then we'll bring Carly Wiggins in from United Distributing. I almost said United Rentals, but that's a different company where I'm renting, bike rack and porta potties from. Not from there. But I'm sure their beer is also good. I'll pop it on the stream if you want.
That just seems what?
It seem low to you?
It seemed very low. Could be because of the backup. I mean, I had to crank that up a lot.
Put it on the stream, and I can tell you if it's loud or not.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
It's very low on the stream.
In the 70s and 80s, asking you not to squeeze it.
That ain't good. Okay.
Yeah, it looked real low on the stream. I mean, we're fine, but the stream, if we were playing it onto the stream, it would sound real low. Anyway,
I don't get that. All right, I'm gonna test it out here in a second because that's weird.
it wouldn't be a day of the week unless we're having some sort of issue, huh, guys?
Yeah, it's weird. I don't know. Okay. That's really low. Oh, maybe it's just this. It's also
What's that again?
It may not be the. Okay, it may not be our station because they're all at the same level. Interesting. I don't know.
We'll ask Tim that later.
Yeah, it's not a huge problem.
Okay, guys. Once again, we're playing back Are You Smarter Than a Community College Dropout Trivia, brought to you by our friends over the Savannah Bar Crawl. Thanks for our new sponsor coming on. Love those guys. We'll be hooking you guys up with free entry into their bar crawls over here over actually the next few weeks and months, hopefully. The guys over at the bar crawl, our buddies Brian Stafford and Waldo, who also runs the sports league here in town. They're behind this, and they're going to hook up a lot of people with free passes into the crawls, getting you out and about again, seeing bars and places. Crazy, I know, right?
Nuts.
My headphones sound really low. Did you put us on delay or
no?
Yeah, it sounded just really low. I didn't know if you just potted us down or not.
Nope, not yet.
Yeah, this week could bite me. I guess I'm only saying that because I've got some stuff going on upstairs. Like in your attic? Oh, okay. Yeah, this week's been an interesting one for sure. Lots of stuff going on. All right, we'll wait about 5 minutes. We'll bring Carly in. Cake Day is like Bigfoot, just a myth.
Well, sometimes. Yeah, I get that.
Sorry, just once again checking beer for breakfast. Yep, camera looks solid on that. May have to adjust a little bit, but I think we're good.
There is.
Yeah. All right, guys. Once again, hitting beer for breakfast, our final hour. Then we'll do a couple of Marshall's music news stories. Then we'll wrap the show for the day. Thanks for hanging out with us. Now that we thought about it, there is quite a bit of stuff going on this weekend. We'll share some of that with you on the way out as well. All right, guys. Sorry, we're just getting ready for beer for breakfast coming up here in just a moment, and obviously the rest of the show. So apologize for our quietness here. Plus, our boss is talking to our guest, and it's making me very, very nervous in the...
Glad I wasn't the only one thinking that.
Shut up before you ruin it. What's the golf tournament called again?
The Palmetto Championship at Congaree.
And people could buy tickets and go to that,
I
right?
believe so.
What else did we say was going on this weekend? Oh, NXT in your house?
Yeah.
All right, perfect. Hey, Chuck, we got something to announce to you guys. There you go.
All right.
So our friends Gibby and Wanda from The Horde have been working on something, which I think, I'm not even going to try to take anything away from them. So if you guys are watching the chat, you'll see that Gibby is actually kind of throwing down some stuff right now. There is a interactive kind of Cotter and Marshall show fan experience, as Gibby put it, that some of the guys from The Horde have put together. And it's kind of cool. We haven't got a chance to kind of spend a lot of time with it, but this is kind of something that you could do when, the show's not going on when it comes to the Cotter and Marshall show. So I'll let Gibby kind of explain a little bit more in regards to this, something that we've teamed up with Gibby and Wanda on, just people who are just big fans of the show. We love, obviously, the excitement for the show, and obviously we're trying to get more people into the show to expand the Horde, so one day it is a mass of people that will eventually, if turned into zombies, could absolutely murder everyone.
I don't think that's asking too much.
I don't think so either.
Every show has to have goals.
Yeah.
Ours just aren't the normal.
So I'll officially let those guys in the chat kind of talk about it. We'll talk about it more over the next few days, weeks, and hopefully months. A place for everyone to kind of go and, be a part and continue to be a part of the Cotter and Marshall show, especially the Horde itself. So, guys, coming up here in just a few moments. Actually, if you're good, I'm going to go grab Carly right now.
No, I'm
Bring her
good.
in.
Yeah, let's do it.
Well, we'll jump right into beer for breakfast time.
So Carly from United, going to try a couple beers. We'll talk beer, see what they've got going on, like that.
I call it the give up.
What's going on?
How are you?
Good. How are you?
You can leave it open if you want. No one mentioned murdering. All right, so this is the first time that Carly's been in our new studio. Yeah. We live stream everything now. Look, you're on camera now. Okay. You're so tall. No. Hold on. I could just adjust the camera here. Boom. There you are. Perfect. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is Carly Wiggins from United Distributing. What's your official title at United now? Craft beer and what?
Spirits.
Spirits?
Mm-hmm.
Have you been to you're so tan. How am I so white and you're so tan? Redheaded people are supposed to stick together.
I got a kiddie pool in the backyard now, so I do it every summer. Although this summer the price of kiddie pools has basically tripled. I guess everybody's doing it now.
Red meats, liquor, everything has tripled in price. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, because there's a shortage of pretty much everything in every single industry.
Yeah, why is that happening to us? Is it just because people didn't make as much money in 2020 and they're just trying to get at us? Is it a personal attack on us, the consumer?
No. I mean, when things shut down, it just doesn't go to like a screeching halt. They got to slowly, come back from that. And So you think about the beer industry itself. I mean, cans has always been a problem, and now even more so.
Yeah.
But that's not just because of the COVID situation. That's been coming for a long time. And you think about like the seltzer boom, and that was so unexpected, and it just kept on growing and exploding, and that took over a lot of the aluminum there.
It could end. It can be aluminum can go back to beers. Just gonna throw that out there. Sorry.
Are you a big seltzer fan? I mean, obviously, you don't specialize in seltzers, obviously, with beer and spirits, but do you like seltzers? Do you mess with them at all?
Every once in a while. We have some good craft ones. Scofflaw has some good seltzers.
Mm-hmm.
And New Realm has got some. But, that's not really my thing. I mean, I'll have them every once in a while, but really, I love beer. And since I've been doing the spirits side of things, which has only been like 2 years now, it's been really cool. And I've started to get into some, like never before in my life was I into tequilas, and now I really am. So it's been a learning experience for me for sure.
Nice. It's so great. I mean, ever since the last time we saw you, you were so into beer, and you honestly look like you've come full circle in becoming an alcoholic. I mean, you're so tan now, and that's because your liver stopped working. And
you need to talk right into the mic too.
Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, you've really come full circle, and I'm so proud of you.
Oh, thank you.
It's like
I've been trying hard.
I met you as a young lass, and now you're just all grown up from my eyes. Like if I silent cry during the interview, I want you to know it's not because of anything mean. It's because I'm just so damn proud of you.
Thank you.
Yeah, just heads up there. Oh yeah. Okay, you saw that. Cool. Sorry, they just said that you were a little soft on the mic. Usually,
okay.
well, let's get a few drinks in Carly. Trust me,
It'll be fine.
She'll be great. So what else you been up to lately?
Work has been a lot of it. Family.
You travel quite a bit too, don't you?
So I was traveling previously, but really with the role that I'm in now, I'm just Savannah, Statesboro, and then the Brunswick, like St. Simons area. Okay. So it's a much smaller territory. It's nice. I only have to be out of town once or twice a month, which is great. And I really like it down in St. Simons, Brunswick. It's really cool down there.
Yeah.
But besides that, not having to do much traveling, for pleasure, I've done some traveling. I'm actually going to Delaware tomorrow to see family for a week.
Oh, cool.
Vacation plan. I'm really excited about that. Which is one of the beers that I brought today is from basically where I'm going tomorrow.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I'm excited.
Are you going to go see, are you going to go to the brewery?
We'll go to the brew pub for sure.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, absolutely. It's tradition.
Okay.
It's on the boardwalk, you know what I mean?
Okay.
So got to go down there and get some Thrasher's fries, and then go to the brewery and have some beers, and then maybe go to like the old timey photo booth, but definitely play some games and stuff on the boardwalk.
I like that.
Wish we had boardwalks down here.
I don't know if have I been on a boardwalk before?
What?
In my life?
Daytona, I don't know if when I was younger and we go to Daytona all the time, they had one it was kind of like the, old school kind of games and, arcades and stuff like that. That was fun. Yeah.
All right. Raising my hand. Stupid question. What constitutes a boardwalk?
A walk of boards.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just asking.
Yeah.
So like I said, I raised my hand. I said stupid question before I prefaced it with stupid question.
But they usually have games set up so you've got the boardwalk and then there's shops, but then there's games set up so you can go up and sit on the stools and play the
carnival game stuff.
Yeah.
And you win prizes.
Yeah.
I've definitely never been on a boardwalk then.
Oh man.
I don't think I've ever been on a boardwalk.
It's so fun.
Yeah.
Where's the closest boardwalk?
That's a good question. That is a really good question.
Jacksonville have one?
Myrtle Beach has one.
I think, I've never been to that
Myrtle's
one, though.
Myrtle's, it's definitely... So when we went to the one in Daytona, this was back in the 80s, so it was kind of like the dirty, grimier, boardwalk. Myrtle Beach is very touristy and nice.
I'm terrified of Myrtle Beach, though.
Why?
Well, it's Myrtle Beach. Do I have to say any more?
Said go in the down season, but I don't think there's going to be a down season this year. I think everybody's out.
No, I think everyone's ready to spend all of their money they don't have.
People are boozing right now, too.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, alcohol was banging during the pandemic.
It was. We were super fortunate in that nobody in the company got laid off during all of that. They actually moved us around. And so we were working grocery side, putting away seltzers and beers and all that type of stuff.
Oh, so you're going to like Publix and slinging.
Oh, yeah.
slinging
5 o'clock in the morning, we're in there putting everything away.
Oh, wow.
It was, it's hard work for sure. Those guys work really, really hard, but it was a good experience for a lot of the people who've never worked on that side of the industry to kind of see how fast paced it is and the volume they do and just the types of things that they move through. It's totally different than your restaurants and bars.
My buddy Lance, like lives 2 doors down. Lance Barnett. He's a neighbor of mine, and he's always. He wakes up. We leave at the same time.
Oh, really?
Like, I just wave at him because we're at like 5 a.m. He's out the door as well. So. Yeah, he's an awesome guy. But yeah, I know he's been working for United for quite a long time.
Yeah, a long time.
Yeah. And it's like a family affair, too, because he told me that his brother Sheldon worked there, and then the day he quit, Lance started. So essentially, it's a family business. I don't think United's actually owned by a large entity. It's just owned by Lance and his family at this point. So
you got about 2 minutes.
Morning, Heather. How are you?
Hey, Heather.
All right, 2 minutes, starting beer for breakfast. Special guest Carly from United Distributing. I recently rented porta potties, barricades, and light towers from United Rentals.
Okay.
So if I say United Rentals, slap the piss out of me.
Not us.
Yeah, no, definitely not you guys. It'd be cool, though, if you just offered, like, I don't know, some of that stuff. It'd just be good for drunks like me. Here's a bike rack. Stay within it, Marshall. And I only get like a 4x4 spot at the show.
Here's your beer in your chair.
Sit down before you hurt someone. All right, so the first break we're going to do today, we're just going to talk about you, your position, your background. Obviously, we have a bunch of new people watching the show now, which is obviously different from anything we did previous when you came on with us. So that'll be kind of our first break. Our second break, we'll go into our first beer. We could dive into the Delaware beer if you'd like.
Okay.
And then our last break, we'll do 3. We'll jump into the Orpheus beer.
Cool.
So we'll do it like that.
Perfect.
Do it like that.
Listening to you eat your first pork rind this morning on the radio.
It's the spice was not good. It wasn't good.
Do you like pork rinds?
So I'm a weirdo. I don't eat the land or sky animals, so pork rind would not be for me. But I was like, you were talking about the texture, and I was thinking Funyuns.
That's
like,
exactly it.
hell yeah.
Very much a Funyun. Yeah,
and I love a Funyun now. The Diet Dr. Pepper. Ooh, good combo.
I've never even thought of that.
I haven't had a Funyun in
delicious.
years.
How much weed do you smoke?
None.
Yeah. According to her job, she can't smoke any weed.
I guess we'll be
she
right
eats
back.
a lot of it. It is the Connor and Marshall Show. Good morning. Beer for breakfast brought to you by Coach's Corner in Thunderbolt. Great shows this weekend. Voodoo Soup is tonight. Head Games, a tribute to Foreigner. Marshall, that's right up your alley. Oh, I love Foreigner.
That is tomorrow night out at Coach's, or Beer for breakfast. Joining us in studio from United Distributing, we've got Carly, craft beer and spirit specialist. Known you for a long time.
Long time.
First met years ago when Southbound was opening up. So you guys worked with them for a long time now. And how long you been with United? It's been a couple years?
A little over 2 years now. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So what does the craft beer and spirit specialist, what does that mean? What are you doing? What do you specialize in?
Explain it like we're 5-year-olds, but just so you know, we're 5-year-olds. So
So I've got a craft beer portfolio. We have a ton of local beers, obviously Southbound, New Realm, which is here in town now too, Sweetwater. Plus we've got some regional brands like Dogfish I brought today, Abita, and then spirits wise, I've got a bunch of local stuff that's awesome. I've got the Savannah Distilling products, Old Fourth in Atlanta, ASW. Plus, I mean, just lots of cool smaller brands. And so really what I get to do is to go out and figure out what someone's needs are based on what type of concept they have for their bar or restaurant. and see if I can help them come up with beers and cocktails that'll match that concept.
So when it comes to that side, do you get to like suggest cocktails? Like, hey, you should do like a Paloma or a mojito or something like that.
Yeah. I do cocktail labs, which is one of my favorite things to do.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, explain that. What's a cocktail lab?
So what I'll do is I'll say, hey, let me see your food menu. Or if they don't have that set yet, what are you doing? Like, what's your flavor profiles that you've got going on? And then I'll come up with, maybe 15 cocktails that I think will be good and suggested spirits for that. Same thing with beers too, but for the cocktail lab. And then we'll go in there, I'll pull those spirits and we'll go in there and I'll get all the ingredients and we'll just sit down for a few hours and make them and taste them.
That sounds amazing.
So would you consider yourself like a really good mixologist at this point?
So I am a great researcher.
Right. You could Google really good.
Yeah. Imbibe is probably my best resource, I'll say.
Okay.
They have like online, you can go there and get recipes and ideas for everything and then you just kind of tweak them. But really a lot of the research that I'll do will go into the flavor profiles of, is it an Italian restaurant? Is it a Nepalese restaurant? Something like that. And then just kind of figure out how to work in that with those existing spirits.
Okay. So with all this research and getting to know the spirit side of things, do you have a go-to cocktail that just you personally like? That's my choice.
So one of my favorite ones is, I don't know if you guys have ever been to Whitaker's. It's above Co.
Okay.
It's kind of like a little speakeasy type
Oh,
of
nice.
bar.
No.
Oh my God, it's amazing. It's so awesome. And so it's upstairs there. You can go through the restaurant co to get there, or there's like a little back alley you can go up to. But he does a play on a jungle bird, which is usually made with rum, and he does it with mezcal for me.
Okay.
And I love mezcal.
Okay.
Because I like smoky spirits. I like smoky scotches too.
Yeah.
And so he made that for me, and that's my desert island cocktail.
Okay.
It's so good.
Nice.
Yeah.
I tried to become a mezcal guy. It took a little while, but now I'm officially a mezcal guy. We have a bottle of I think it's Sombra at my house, which is just delightful, and there's not much left.
Have you ever heard of Pachuga before?
I haven't.
This blew my mind when I learned about it. And, I just said that I don't eat the land or sky animals, but I felt like after learning about it, it would be a total disservice to not try it. So basically it's a mezcal and it's done differently in every single village. And what they will do, Pachuga means breast. And so they will make the mezcal and then they will hang raw meat, the breast of an animal. The one that I have in my portfolio is actually turkey breast, but it could be anything. It's whatever's indigenous to the area. They do it twice a year after the harvest. So they'll throw whatever fruits and things are in there too.
Right.
But they let that fat drip down, kind of like a fat wash.
Okay.
Into the liquid, and then they distill it again. And so it just
interesting.
It's crazy.
Do they call it Boopkila? I feel like they should.
Pachuga.
Are they missing? I feel like it's a marketing opportunity they're not really looking into enough.
But it's super cool. Honestly,
I've never heard of that.
Yeah, I had never heard of it either, but that was what I love about being able to do what I do right now. Is that I've gone down this, I did beer for so long, and I'm still doing beer. But I've just had this opportunity to learn about so many different things.
You fell into this alcoholic rabbit hole.
I did.
I think we all fell down a little bit into like pandemic because we all got bored and we were all sitting at home. Like,
you're your own professional mixologist at home.
Exactly.
Yeah?
And like we didn't have our regular person who made us our favorite drinks at our bar anymore. So we had to realize that we had to stop being, losers and do a little research and figure out how to make them ourselves. So that is awesome. We all became a little bit of a mixologist during the pandemic, but it sounds like you took it to a new level.
Yeah.
Technically, I will say that there are a lot of people out there who are incredible at making cocktails. And, Sydney Lance is one of those guys. I don't know if you know him.
Yep.
And he's got that shrub business going now, too. And that's so cool. But he is wonderful. And I can defer to him if I ever need any ideas or anything like that. But really, I know the spirits and the stories and everything behind that. And, I've been taking some classes and stuff for that. I got my CSS certification. So that's my Certified Spirits certification.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of like the Cicerone for beer. So, it's been cool. I've really enjoyed it.
You've grown up to be such this wonderful, intelligent alcoholic.
Thank you.
Just honestly, I may I may silent cry at any moment. I'm just so damn
proud.
proud
Now. You know,
so proud
when
of
I
you.
left Georgia Tech and I told them, hey, I think I'm going to stay in the beer industry, they were like, what?
We are talking to Carly from United. It is beer for breakfast, so we'll talk about what you've got for us to try today in a second. But what is new, exciting, fun on the beer side of things that you guys have right now?
So I brought the newest Orpheus beer, which is awesome. We're going to try that a second. You know, it's sour season right now because it's so hot out. And so that's what I brought for you guys today was 2 of those. And that's really my favorite style of beer. My palate's kind of gone full circle. I mean, I still enjoy an IPA, but for me right now, I'm really into sours or really like clean, crisp lagers.
Absolutely.
You know? Easy drinking stuff.
So what's in your fridge right now? And just a second question on that. How much beer do you steal from your job? Because I can only imagine.
It's research.
It's market research.
Yeah, you don't pay for beer. I mean, just because of the line of work you do. So what's in your fridge, and how much would you say on a weekly basis, money-wise, do you steal from United Distributing?
Well, so I do have Sequench in my fridge right now. I love that beer.
Yes.
I pretty much have it all the time. I know that that's like a big summer one for people, but for me, it's year round.
Yeah.
You know. New Realm, I've been able to get a lot of their new stuff. They got some cool one-offs. The Hazy Like an Ox I've got in there right now.
We just tried their pastry horse, I think, just the other day.
Pastry
So
Porter, yeah. But those are the 2 beers in there right now. We've got a lot of hot sauce taking up a lot of space at the moment.
Okay. Yeah.
During the pandemic, we joined the Hot Sauce of the Month Club.
we'll have to hook you up with a bottle of our new hot sauce.
Let's hear about that.
All right, so we're going to try some beer. We're going to do that next. Let's take a very short break. We got brand new Volbeat. Wait a minute, my girl. After that, we're going to dive into some beer. It is Beer for Breakfast, brought to you by Coach's Corner and Thunderbolt, Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1.
All right, guys, we have a couple questions for Carly and Cotter here. Let's get to Cotter's first. Cotter, have you never eaten a rind? Mac is very concerned. She goes, y'all consider me sheltered. Also, Mama Margaret loves pork rinds.
I know. I never had one until today, and the spice and flavoring on this is disgusting.
It's a Southern thing, right? Pork rinds?
This is from Illinois.
Yeah.
My mom sent me these down. No, I've seen them my whole life.
I don't think they're regional anyway, right?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Oh, it's just a thing everybody does.
That, unfortunately, is disgusting.
Funyuns make good toppings on veggie burgers, says Heather Davis. Just a heads up there.
Funyuns are delicious for everything.
All right, we got about a minute and a half. You want to go ahead and
we'll crack
grab
it
that?
There was a question for Carly here. Sorry, I lost it. Carly, what cocktail do you recommend with grilled deer blackstrap, says Charles?
I don't even know what the grilled deer blackstrap. What is that?
I have no idea.
Gamey meat, right? So maybe something. That's tough. I mean, you could do something like a Kolsch, something really light that would, but I mean, if the flavors are super intense on that, you might want to do an IPA.
Yeah,
Because I mean, a lot of times if you're grilling or barbecuing, you go IPA.
Yeah.
What cocktail would you do though?
Oh, cocktail.
Yeah.
Oh.
Just straight tequila.
Maybe tequila soda.
Yeah.
That's a big one right now that people are doing. People are real into just agave-based spirits at the moment. That's hard though. I wish I knew what that tastes like.
He said backstrap, deer backstrap. Honestly, I have no idea what that is.
I'm assuming it's like a really strong flavor.
I'm guessing so.
All right, guys, we'll be right back. Thank you for joining us this morning. It is Beer for Breakfast, brought to you by Coach's Corner in Thunderbolt. Don't miss Voodoo Soup tonight. Tomorrow night, it is Head Games, a tribute to Foreigner.
At this point, Foreigner is
a tribute band.
So it could be the real Foreigner band.
You never know.
Yeah.
You can get more information, also get tickets at coaches.net. Now, of course, joined in studio by Carly from United for Beer for Breakfast. So you brought some beverages in for us to try.
I did.
So what do we got first?
So this is Dogfish Sequench Ale. So Dogfish is from Delaware, and this is a session sour, but really it's a combination of 3 different beers that they brew in sequence. So they make a Kolsch, and then they make a Goza, and then they make a Berliner Weiss, and they throw those all into the same fermentation tank.
Okay.
Brewing them separately like that really lets the ingredients kind of sing. But the cool thing about it is it took them 2 years to come up with this, and they worked with the guy who's the head of the Gatorade Institute. Yeah.
The dude who made Gatorade, like the original scientist dude?
It's
this is like literally quenching my thirst.
It is. And so they worked with him. The idea came, I guess, that Sam, the guy who owns Dogfish, was down at a NASCAR race, and he saw them, I guess they have liquid tubes that are they're feeding to the drivers so they stay hydrated. He was like, I want to do something with that. And so he reached out to those guys, and they were trying to figure out how to make a drink that would actually hydrate you as well.
Wait, so this beer hydrates me?
Yeah, it's hydrating you while it's dehydrating you. Science.
So it's not dehydrating me at all. It's keeping me
neutral,
wet.
right?
Right where you need to be. Right where you need to be. All right. Well, I ain't gonna lie. I love this beer.
So good.
This
is
has been one of Dogfish Head's like best sellers ever since they released it. And I think it's been out for what, 4
years?
Yeah, at this point. I remember the first time I had it was at Grayson Stadium.
Yeah.
During a game one day, I was out there, and I think this was just the beer. I'm like, I think that was the first time I ever tried it. So
yeah,
let's go ahead and just start the review here. Once again, we're trying Dogfish Head Sea Quench Ale. It's a session sour. You're from Delaware, or is that just where your family lives?
My family. Yeah.
Oh, okay, because
my mom's side.
All right, so you're going to go to Dogfish Head. Do you have the clout where you can walk in and be like, I'll have free beer today? Do you have that clout?
I mean, I could always call them and say, hey, I'm coming up here. I sell some of your beer, but I'm not gonna.
You should, though.
No, I want to support them for sure. I mean, it's such a cool place, and I respect what they do. I mean, as a brewery, they're not scared to try anything new, And what they did with this is, the salt that they used in here is salt from, Maine, and then they worked with the National Aquarium as well to figure out the salts from the Chesapeake Bay area. Okay. Because Sam is from Maine, but his wife is from the Chesapeake Bay area.
Okay.
And so they wanted to kind of put that all together in this. And so that's where the salts came from. And then they have black limes in there, which are like a Middle Eastern specialty where they'll actually boil limes in salt water until all the water's gone. Yeah, even in the water and the limes.
Interesting.
And then that goes into the Goza. And then the Berliner Weiss actually has lime juice in it as well. So they combine all 3 of those together.
This is the most complex beer I think we may have ever drank.
Right?
I never knew.
I'm so intimidated now, and I've had it before.
All right, let's go ahead and start the review. Let's take a big old sniff of this thing.
I mean, you get the lime, you get the salt. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's everything you'd want, from the Gosa side of the beer. It smells so good. And refreshing. Now I know it's refreshing.
Yeah, and you actually just hydrated yourself just by sniffing.
I know, right? That's science.
I don't know. I don't know if that's true actually.
It's definitely a nice straw color. It's not overly clear unless that's just my glass. A little haze to it. Decent amount of carbonation. It looks good, man.
Yeah, holding up to the light, this thing is that beautiful golden color, kind of a ale-ish color, but yeah, it is a bit hazy when you're holding it up to the camera and the glass here. Yeah.
Yeah.
So with all that being said,
we're just gonna drink.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers. So good.
Man, it's what I want in a sour beer.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's not making me pucker.
Right.
It's not to the point where it's just too much.
Mm-hmm.
It hits a perfect mark. The saltiness to it adds so much. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm trying to think if there's a sour that I've had that I like better. This could just be my favorite sour.
Yeah, it's difficult to even kind of put this in a category because once again, you said it's 3 different types of beers.
Mm-hmm.
And they did such a great job of blending it. And it's, like I said, it's the first time I tried it. I actually love this beer. And I'm not a sour guy in general.
It's approachable.
When it comes to these things. So this beer, it's like, I know it sounds weird. It's like drinking the beach.
It is. It's the beach in a glass, for sure.
100%. It's like drinking the beach. The saltiness in the air is what you're tasting in the glass, but also kind of that, I don't know, that tropical feel.
Yeah.
That citrusy kind of essence that you'd want when you're going to the beach. You see the palm trees, all that crazy stuff. It's kind of all that in a glass right there. So on the beer scale of supremacy, let's go ahead and review this one, Cotter. On the beer scale of supremacy, what do you give this today?
I'm going to go 4.25. I mean, it's just a fantastic beer. Like I said, This or the Coco Pina from Coastal, probably my two favorite sours. That's the only other one that I can think of that I put up there. This beer is delicious. If you love sours, you're going to love it. If you don't love sours, I mean, I would try this beer because it is so different. It's so complex. I mean, I think it's something that you're going to like whether it's not your style of beer or not.
I got a feeling we're not going to get an M. Night Shyamalan type twist here from Carly. It'd be awesome. She was like 0. What? You acted like you loved it so much. All right, so on the beer scale of supremacy, Carly, what would you give? Dogfish Head Sequence Ale coming in at 4.9% alcohol.
I would say probably maybe 4.5.
Okay.
Yeah. And you could actually use this and make a really cool like margarita with it.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
Is that like the type of thing where you stick like the can in the giant margarita glass
You
type of
could.
thing? Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
That's what I
Replace
was.
some of your sour mix with it when you're doing it.
No, that's a great
Yeah.
idea. I like that.
See, mixologist right here.
Right.
She's grown up so much. Yeah, on the beer scale of supremacy, I mean, once again, not a huge sour guy when it comes to this stuff, but man, this one hits home in so many ways. I'm going to go ahead and give this one a 3.9.
Okay, very good. All right, we got one more beer to try from Orpheus, right?
Yeah, yeah, the new
Great
one.
brewery. I'm excited about that. It's coming up next. Beer for Breakfast with Carly, brought to you by Coach's Corner and Thunderbolt, Rock 106.1.
What's that?
I said, this is great. I suggested liquor for lunch also.
Yes.
Only if we were on till lunchtime. But I'll consider staying on. For it. Charles goes, backstrap is the succulent meat that runs down the deer's spine. So good and good for the waistline.
Oh.
Interesting.
That was a nice little poem he did there. Charles is a guy who watches us and hangs with us every single morning. He is actually our poet laureate on the show. So he writes poems whenever something very awkward happens.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's really interesting. We have definitely a crew of people who hang out with us every single morning that it's the strangest amalgamation of people you ever met in your life, but they are the nicest people ever.
We're going to come right out of commercials. So,
sure thing. How much time we got? Do I need to yug this beer, or can I gently sip
got
it?
more glasses over there.
4, 5. We got about.
We don't want
No?
to use those glasses.
Oh, okay.
I use those glasses to exchange Hefe's water. So that's Hefe, the new music beta fish.
In his little SpongeBob zone.
Yeah, his water is just a bit cloudy today because I actually just added a bunch of stuff yesterday. So he's got a little bit of algae in there. So I bought snails to clean up. So there's a snaily guy right there. There's another one somewhere in there.
Mac, yes, a sour, and if you like Mac, you like sours, Mac. You need to try Sequench if you haven't already. It's really good.
Do you guys handle Monday Night Brewing? Is that not you?
Not us.
Well, I don't like them anyway. They suck.
I love those guys. I think they make some great beers too.
They do.
I do love how they've pivoted, because when I first Drafty Kilt and all that first stuff, I'm like, it's not my thing. And then they did that kind of 180 rebranding some of their stuff, and
Yeah.
they've done they've done some good stuff.
Yeah, Monday Night Brewing, I stopped there on a trip to Atlanta. And they have amazing facility. It's super cool.
Yeah.
And they have some really fun stuff tap wise or on tap there. We're gonna have Orpheus next. Orpheus is a very strange facility.
I've never been.
So have you been there, Carly?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's
Off the
kind of
park.
like it's kind of like in this little hilly section of Atlanta, and I went there at night, so it was dark.
Right.
And it kind of sits on this hill, and you walk in, and I think they were doing an art show when I stopped in.
Okay.
And they were doing, and like the place is very.
You got a bottoms up, that guy.
I know, I got to yug it. It's very, it's like concrete and everything's white in there. And it's not like overly decorated. At least that's when I went, and this was 3 years ago. But it's kind of a weird kind of vibe in there.
They just remodeled their tasting room. I haven't been since they did that, but I saw some pictures that they did where they put in like a new bar, a new sitting area and stuff.
Okay, yeah.
Can't say so much about the walls. I don't know what's going on with the decor, but
it's a nice size facility too. But like everything was just kind of like concrete and white, and they had some art on the walls. And yeah, the bar was kind of. I was expecting it to be a little bit more grand. So maybe with this remodel, it's a little. Thank you. It's a little more bodacious. As cool kids say.
Do they?
Yeah, that's what cool kids say that.
1, 2. We got about 3 minutes.
Perfect. Guys, if you have any questions for Carly, feel free to ask, whether it be on the beer or spirit side. She's smart, and she holds all the degrees in alcohol now. So, once again, over the pandemic, she did something with her life, unlike the rest of us.
We didn't do it.
Yeah, we didn't do anything.
No.
We were just like, when is this over?
I did a lot of kiddie pool time. I'm telling you, I did. We'd go merchandise in the mornings and be done because you start so early, and then come back and hang out by the kiddie pool. I did have to make a lot of educational videos too for beer and spirits for us to put up on like the YouTube page and everything.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Did you have to like edit your own stuff? Like, did you have to learn how to be the video person?
So I attempted to do it with me in the video at first, and I was just, and like, even though, I mean, I knew everything I was talking about, I just couldn't, I don't know. I was just such a weirdo. I couldn't do it.
with my
I'm
hands?
so awkward.
I don't know what
like,
to do.
yeah. So started to do ones that actually had, photos and stuff in them, and just kind of me in the background. That worked out a lot better. But there was an app that I used for it. I can't remember what it was, but it was pretty easy, thank goodness. But I was glad to be done with that.
I bet. And then what's your regular hours now? Like, I mean, you said you used to be up as early as we are. Like, are you still running that lifestyle, or what do you do now?
I mean, it kind of just depends. But usually up around 7, I've got, admin stuff I've got to do. Most of the bars and stuff don't open until later in the afternoon, so I can go to some off-premise places earlier.
Right.
But
Got about 20 seconds.
But just through the day, just kind of like going and seeing accounts, and then nighttime you've got events, and then sometimes on the weekends you have events.
So you're
it's
always
just
working.
Like, it's every day is different.
All right, guys, be right back. Thank you for hanging out. Beer for Breakfast brought to you by Coach's Corner in Thunderbolt. Great live music tonight in the Sound Garden. Voodoo Soup, Head Games, a tribute to Foreigner tomorrow. All right, Beer for Breakfast. Carly from United is in studio, the craft beer and spirit specialist. Had some Sequench, which is one of my favorite sours. And now we got something from Orpheus. Now, Orpheus to me is an interesting brewery because they just seem to really do unique and different things. And it's almost like, we could do that, but we could do something a little bit different. So let's go this way.
Take a twist.
Yeah, they always seem to be doing something. It's like they're ahead of this curve that nobody's even on yet sometimes with the beers they do. So what do we got from Orpheus today?
So this is the brand new one that they just released. It's very limited. We only got, I think, maybe 20 cases of it down here.
Okay.
And a handful of kegs. So Shadows and Whispers, and it is also a sour. It's a Berliner Weiss, but this one's higher alcohol content. The Sequench was only about 4.9%. This one is 7.1.
I like that.
Okay.
So kick it up a little bit there. And this one has vanilla and lime in it as well.
This thing sounds awesome. Yeah, once again, coming in at 7% alcohol. This is the second beer that we like to drink almost on every Friday, because this will get us drunk enough to forget the rest of the show and just leave early.
Yeah. We have to finish? We don't have to finish, do we?
The show or
The beer, yes.
Oh,
the show,
yes.
no.
Okay,
fair enough.
Yeah, sure. Okay. All right, well, let's go ahead and start the review. Once again, trying Orpheus Brewing, their limited release of Whispers and Shadows, lime, lemon, and vanilla Berliner Weiss. Is that how I
Berliner Weiss.
Yeah, you say it better than I do. Once again, coming in at 7%.
The W usually comes out as a V when you say it. Weiss.
Weiss. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
9. Okay. Close? Is that okay?
No.
But it's got Meyer lemon in there too. I forgot about that one actually, but
Nice.
yeah,
All right,
so
let's
nice and citrusy.
take a big old smell of this.
Yep, I agree. Very citrusy. It's really nice. I mean,
You get a nice touch of the sweetness of the vanilla on the back end of that as well. I mean, a lot of the citrusy of that, but you get some vanilla too.
you know what you're getting into just with the nose on that. I love that.
Once again, holding it up to the light, we're holding it up to the camera if you're watching the live stream today. Much more hazy than the Sequench today, but definitely a hazier kind of light yellowish color with, I can't quite tell if there's much carbonation, but it does look like there's some carbonation running through that.
All right.
Yeah, lower carbonation for sure. More sour too, you're salivating a little bit more.
Okay.
I think that was just from my first beer I drank, or the anticipation of drinking this one.
All right.
Cheers, guys. Ooh, that one makes you pucker a little bit more.
Oh, yeah, there's definitely more on the sour side, which I don't hate at all by any means. The addition of it's like to me, it's like there's several elements you can put in almost any beer, and I'm gonna like it. Coconut is one of them, and vanilla seems to be. It seems to be an ingredient they're using a lot more in a lot of different styles, and it works really well with this.
Vanilla is so good at taming down certain flavors, 100%. So like the vanilla smooths over the very harshness of the Meyer lime and lemon and everything in this. That's why it makes this much more palatable. Without it, this thing would like your face would suck into your head a little bit. So let's go ahead and review this one. Orpheus Brewing's Whispers and Shadows, lime, Meyer lemon, vanilla, Berliner Weiss. Cotter, what do you give this on the beer scale of supremacy?
I mean, it's such a different kind of experience than from the Sea Quench, even though you've got some similar elements to it. But it is really good with the lemon and the lime, and I agree. The vanilla kind of balances out, but it's. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go 3.8. 3.8. 3.8. As I drink it, maybe that will change, but 3.8 is what I'm gonna go with this. Once again, man, it's like this is really good. I really like kind of how Orpheus does just different things. They're willing to try something new, and I like that.
Yeah, and well. Just say weird. I'll say it.
No,
Orpheus is very weird. And I actually kind of enjoy that because a lot of breweries are so stuck on let's make profit. Let's make whatever version of Bud Light so we can sell as much as possible. Orpheus has never been that way. Like every time I walk in Orpheus.
I'm sure they want to make money.
Well, yeah. Money's pretty important when you're a brewery. But like they do weird stouts and weird sours and just weird everything. I wouldn't say anything they do is normal.
One of the weirdest beers I've ever had came from Orpheus. Minotaur, the coffee sour.
Yeah.
And it's one of those where like, I got to try it because I'm so utterly curious as to what this tastes like. And you taste it, you're like, how does that work? How do I like this beer right now? Because it sounded so different. But anyway, I'm sorry. Digressing completely.
Yes. So, Carly, on to you. Beer scale supremacy. What would you give Orpheus Brewing's Whispers and Shadows?
So I'm going to give this one a 4.2.
Okay.
And that is simply because I like it a lot. I do. But I don't know if I could pound a 6-pack of these like I could this guy on the beach, but I enjoy it for sure. It's just a little bit more sour for me.
Yeah.
But I think if you were eating food with it, it would be perfect.
Carly's thinking long game here.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, that's kind of her deal. She has to sell alcohol and spirits all the time. No, I agree with you 100%. It's got much more of a sour feel than the Sea Quench. Sea Quench, once again, great beach beer. It's beach in a can. This one's slightly different. Yeah, you got more of that sour, but you got the vanilla in there, which tames out that sour just a little bit, and you got the bitterness, but also the tanginess of both that lime and Meyer lemon. I'm gonna go ahead and give this one probably higher than you expect, especially when it comes to sours. Not a sour guy. 3.85.
Okay.
3.85. I mean, it's right up there. Once again, not a sour guy, but both these beers I like quite a bit.
All right, Carly, thank you so much for stopping by. It
Absolutely.
is always good to see you. It's always good to hang out. Thank you for the great beers. I'm going to just sit here and enjoy and maybe do the rest of the show.
Yeah, just yug the rest of that beer, and then I'll talk about Marshall's music.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. That's coming up next. Stick around. Here's Beck and Loser, Rock 106.1. Oh, there we go.
Carly, thank you so much for coming in.
Absolutely.
Thank you for giving us beers. We love that part.
You have to have you sign the wall.
Okay.
So sign the wall anywhere. Hold on. Let me throw in the Marshall solo. So, it works. I swear. Sign anywhere in this frame.
In this frame?
Yeah.
So it'll pop in.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna go grab a bottle of the hot sauce. I'm gonna hook you up with that so you can add it to your collection.
Thank you. It's got to curve around.
It's all right.
It's going.
That works.
One more.
We'll give this one to Mac. Mac, we got a gift for you. Mac, this is for you. I guess that's on Marshall's camera.
Remember how our fashionista taught us how to take a picture? We're going to do the same picture with Carly.
Cool.
That's for you.
Oh, thank you.
So,
what are we doing?
You sit down.
Okay.
Cotter, you're to come over here.
Mixing it up, Aaron. Mixing it up.
Oh, okay.
We were taught from our fashionista last week how to take pictures, Lauren. So,
This is a good one.
yeah, right there, right?
Thanks, buddy.
For my eyes open, 99% they're closed. So
My name is Earl.
Let's look at those. If they're closed, I'm gonna laugh.
usually they are. My eyes are so big, it's hard to keep them open, you know.
Yeah, we've got you the Orpheus Whispers and Shadows, Lime Lemon,
They
and
are?
Vanilla.
Oh,
Now we're over.
Mackenzie,
We're good.
Mac, that's for you.
perfect.
There you go. Mac.
You know, I've been collecting those too, just for the record.
Collecting what?
Beer.
Oh, okay.
So if there's ever any extras, I'm going to stack them, and we're going to create a shelf of the beers
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of all the crazy beers we have.
of all the beers you.
Extras right here. Thanks for the hot sauce, guys.
Yeah, it's really good.
So it's
Awesome.
perfect for like breakfast burritos. It's got that nice little sweetness, but it's got a little kick of heat. It's not. I wouldn't say it's overboard, but he put 7 different peppers in there.
It's toasty. It's hotter, but
I'm into it.
it's not overly miserable or any chance by anything. Got about a minute. So
Max says Carly is my new favorite. There you go.
Thanks, Mac.
My computer's trying to die. Dependencies installation upgrading failed. Please do not upload please don't turn off while I'm trying to do the show. Preferably computer.
what
Thank
did you do?
I have no idea.
I'm gonna bring you guys some of that pachuga just because I think you'll find it
I
crazy.
want to try it. I'm
Yeah.
curious. Definitely curious.
Okay.
It's like I said, it was just like it blew my mind. That's what's been so cool about like doing the
Yeah.
spirit side of things. I'm just learning so much.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah.
We got about 20 seconds.
Gibby says, great talk, Carly. People are thanking you.
You're most welcome. Happy to be here. Thanks for having me, guys.
People are suggesting with the deer red wine.
Okay.
Charles.
All right, be right back. Good morning. Thank you for hanging out. Cotter and Marshall show. About ready to wrap it up for the week here on your Friday. Before we do, though, we got some Marshall's music news.
So in a recent interview, Dave Grohl said that him and the surviving members of Nirvana still get together and jam.
That's awesome.
Not only that, they record their jams.
Even better.
Which is kind of crazy. I don't think we'll ever hear them, but Dave goes, Chris Novoselic is a pilot. He flies his own plane. He lives up in the Pacific Northwest, and he'll fly down to the L.A. area, and we'll hang out. And Pat, well, you know, he's always around. So he goes, the three of us get into a studio and jam together, and sometimes, well, you know, we record it. So he says they don't sing at all. He doesn't sing on it. It says all purely instrumental stuff. He goes, we kind of record these instrumentals and just mess around. It's very casual. There's no pressure on us to do something that the world will have to hear. It's more just really fun for us. And a lot of it's just really cool, you know. He goes, it reminds you that when the three of us are in a room together and start playing, it sounds like it did. It sounds like it used to. When we put the three of us in a room, it makes that noise. It still does. So we'll probably never hear it.
I want to hear it so bad.
I know, and it's just instrumental stuff.
I don't care. I'm in.
Just throwing that out there. But there you go. There is some Nirvana-ish stuff that kind of sits out there in the wild, and maybe one day we'll get to hear some of it.
I like that. All right, one more story to go, and we'll wrap up the show. Cotter and Marshall, Rock 106.1.
All right. Carly, what are you doing this weekend? You said you're going to Delaware, hanging out. Is there anything? What do you do in Delaware?
So Delaware's on the beach, you know,
Right.
But it's crazy. I mean, because like you're in cornfields and all of a sudden you're on the beach.
Okay.
But so my family's up there, and my grandmother passed away last year during COVID, and we haven't been able to go do like a celebration of life. And so we're going up there to do that. Cool. And I got everybody to submit a cocktail to me.
Okay.
And I made a cocktail recipe book, and each one, like, it has like a cocktail on one page, and then a picture of whoever submitted it with my grandmother on the other.
That's awesome.
Actually, they turned out really, really, really good.
Yeah, it sounds awesome. Yeah.
It's like 20 pages long, and I got a bunch of them printed. And so, like, when I go up there, everybody will have their own, and then we're all gonna make cocktails and make some of her favorite foods and have to celebrate.
Cool. Oh, that's awesome.
So, do you think the rest of your family is just gonna look at you and go, overachiever? Like, look, we get it. You're smart and
I think
talented.
they know who I am.
Yeah, and they're gonna be like, oh, great, Carly made a book. What'd you do? I made a potato salad.
I do everything in excess. You know, it's just who I am.
Cool. Well, it sounds like you got a nice little weekend planned with you.
A week.
Yeah. Oh wow, whole week.
Yeah, I'm there till next Saturday.
Nice. Yeah, we went over the weekend, and there is not much to do here. Unless you have, is there anything to do in the Low Country Coastal Empire that people should go do? Do you have
that
anything?
you know of anything United doing?
Yeah.
Any events or anything going on?
Because I have a list of things that people can like hang out and do this weekend, and like most of them are watching it on their televisions.
Oh, you guys are talking about all the music that's going on. We finally have live music again, which is amazing.
Yep.
Yeah, so there's some stuff at Coaches this weekend, obviously, and then there's stuff to watch like Disney Plus has Loki, the new Marvel show.
Yeah.
HBO Max has the In the Heights movie, which is what's his name?
Lin-Manuel Miranda.
That's it. The dude from Hamilton. He wrote that movie. There's the Palmetto Championship at Congaree. So that's like the one thing people could probably get out of their house for outside of the live music
sports?
Coaches. Yes, golf.
Okay.
Obviously, you're a big golf fan. There's wrestling. NXT's In Your House is on Sunday night. And then there's UFC 263 tomorrow night.
Is there a show at Victory North this weekend?
I don't know.
I might be wrong. I know they've started to do music again.
Yeah, I mean, there's a ton of shows coming in there, but I don't know if there's anything this weekend or not.
God, I'm so happy music's back.
Yeah, me too.
I can't wait to go.
Have you gone back to a concert? Like, have you gone to a big scale concert yet?
But tickets for Halloween just got posted the other week.
That?
What?
Tell me more about this.
What's this?
You've never heard of Halloween?
No.
So it's down at Spirit of Swanee Music Park, which is in Live Oak, Florida.
Okay.
So it's only like 3 hours away from here, like right out on the other side of Jacksonville.
Right.
It's a year-round like campground that you can go to, but they do festivals there pretty much every month. But Halloween is a festival that Humphreys McGee and String Cheese Incident used to do, and then they did it in Hampton, Virginia, at like a Coliseum for a couple of years when I first started going to it, and now they have it down here. It is so amazing. They basically have built an entire experience for you to go explore.
Sounds like you were about to say to do drugs, Carly.
I mean, you walk in and there's like two giant seesaws of horses, and like you ride the seesaw horses for long enough and fire shoots out the top, and like
drugs, man.
It's pretty cool. They did a good job.
Remember when Carly said she didn't do drugs earlier? And we're like, yeah, she doesn't do drugs, not at all. United, no.
But lots of great music for sure.
That's awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
I've actually never heard of that.
Google it and look at the pictures. I mean, it's amazing.
Is it like, it's just EDC for like jam bandy folks, right?
Yeah, but they'll also have some electronic music. Like String Cheese has the side project that's Iodo, that's electronic.
Okay.
And they have some bluegrass stuff. And I guess Humphreys is jam band, but they're rock. You know what I mean? They're really rock. And they do a Halloween like cover set every single year, which is where their album Zonkey came from, which is all the mashups of different. Okay. Have you never know that one?
No, you're literally. Look how dumb we look right now.
No, I have seen and heard of them, but I don't know. I have no knowledge of them outside of that.
You got to look up Humphreys. I mean, they are amazing. They're like a really great rock band, and they're like with the Zonkey album, they're mashing up a whole bunch of different stuff from Nirvana to Prince. I mean, it's really cool.
I just imagine they just did This Is Halloween from Nightmare Before Christmas just the entire time.
No, and everybody's in costumes too. So
definitely not a drug festival.
I'm ready. I've been working on my costume now for a year and a half since we didn't have a Halloween last year.
Would you mind just revealing a tidbit of what it is, or do you want to hold on top secret?
Oh, yeah. So, you guys familiar with the Batman movies?
Yeah.
Do you remember Poison Ivy?
Oh, yeah.
Played by Uma Thurman?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I've made a cape. I've made like a leotard thing that I've been like gluing leaves on now. I've got the hair dye.
I like it.
I commit. I fully commit.
So are you going to wear, how long is the festival?
It's like 3 days.
Are you going to wear the outfit every day?
No, I've got some other ones I'll throw in there. I've got like a whole bin of costumes.
So, but it's a costume every day thing.
You don't have to, but
I mean, if you don't, you're looked down upon. I mean, let's be honest.
Well, the people I went with last time had never been to a music festival before, and I had a spare, basically like a onesie leotard thing that had skeleton on it that glows in the dark. Yeah. And so when you're at nighttime, you're just like bones dancing.
Yeah.
And I was like, told the lady, and I was like, she's an HR
director for like a company too.
Right.
And I was like, here's this costume. And she just became a different person when she put it on. And I was like, you can have this. It's for you now. This is exactly what you needed in your life.
That's awesome.
Rhett goes, it's the Burning Man of Florida. Well, they definitely don't do drugs there. Just so the cops don't show up, please, police officers, they do not do drugs at this festival. No need to even show up, honestly.
No.
It's like summer camp back in Illinois.
Yeah, so I mean, pretty much
Humphreys played there. They probably still every year. I
Yeah.
mean, they've up at summer camp, same kind of thing.
the exact festival that you explained, just not around Halloween, is summer camp in Illinois.
Yeah. I've always wanted to go to that one.
It's Three Sisters Park.
Yeah,
Core.
Chillicothe.
There we go.
Good old Chillicothe, Illinois.
Yeah, so that's always
So well known.
This is always that's why it's known. That's what it's known for, is that one thing.
The cool thing about Halloween too is they always partner with a craft brewery, and so they've done Lagunitas in the past.
Oh, nice.
Sweetwater was the last one, so you've got that going
Okay.
too.
Rhett, drugs. I'll bring the dog.
Our friend Rhett, he's the he possibly works for some sort of entity.
You're not invited.
There's no seat for you there at Halloween, Rhett.
It's out of his jurisdiction. It'd be fine.
It is out of it, yeah. He's a South Carolina guy.
I got about a minute.
It's truly beautiful though. I mean, they've got rivers and lakes, and so you can go there and you can like rent kayaks and go down the rivers and everything
Okay.
during the day. I mean, it's a cool place. I've had some friends that got married there actually.
Oh wow.
We camped
I've heard-
out.
They had like a country music festival there a couple years back that we gave away tickets to on our sister station, Bob.
Yeah.
That's the only time I've actually kind of heard of that place.
Yeah, they do like a festival almost every month, and some of them are really teeny tiny, and some of them, I mean, the biggest one they do I think is Wani, which is maybe 20,000 people, which is pretty small for a festival.
What? Yeah.
You think about it. I mean,
Yeah.
Bonnaroo's what, a couple 100,000? I went to Saget in Hungary, and that was 500,000.
Holy crap.
That's
That
so
was
many
cool.
people. All right, we're going back on the air here in just a moment. Going to
Final
do
break of the day.
A quick story, more of an update on the Megadeth story we talked about a few days ago.
All right, guys, be right back. Good morning. Thank you for hanging out today on air and on the stream. Before we get out of here, one more time, Marshall's Music News.
So additional details from the revenge porn complaint that former Megadeth bassist David Ellefson recently filed in Arizona have emerged. According to the timeline, he was actually fired 10 days before Megadeth even announced it. Now, Dave Ellefson got into some trouble, some videos of him talking to an over-the-age fan. She was 18 at the time. But a lot of people were claiming he was nurturing her, trying to set her up, some sort of weird
Groomer
pedophile
kind of thing.
groomer. Yeah, he was caught on camera pleasuring himself. Just not good. So him and his relationship with Megadeth fell out from there. He was let go, but Megadeth notified the musician on May 14th that he would be dismissed from the band. They did so 3 days later on May 17th, but they didn't announce it until officially on May 24th in a message credited to Dave Mustaine when he put it out over social media. So right now, David Ellefson, who's no longer with Megadeth, actually is going to be suing the person who got the videos. Now, the girl that he was talking to, she somehow, the videos were taken from her,
Right.
released by someone else. So that person has been identified, and they are charging that person with a revenge porn crime. So, I mean, this has been a weird tale with Megadeth and everything that's been happening. So many ways to look at it, but that's the latest from that.
All right, we got a 20th anniversary weekend this weekend, highlighting songs from 2010 at the top of the hour. That starts this afternoon at 5. Big Money Monday on Monday. Don't forget, text us your name and a number 1 through 9 anytime throughout the weekend. And yes, the Cotter and Marshall Drunk Line, it is a thing. Have a few to drink this weekend? Give us a call. Leave us a message, 800-394-1037. 1061.
Carly's laughing at us. She's like, the drunk line?
Yes.
Yes.
We're down.
You should write it down. You should get ready to call it as soon as you leave here.
Exactly. So, weekend, obviously, loads of stuff going on. There's the Palmetto Championship at Congaree if you want to get out and watch some live golf. Tons of stuff to watch. Loki in the Heights in your house. NXT on Sunday. UFC 263 tomorrow. Live music at Coaches over the weekend as well. But obviously, earlier this week, Cotter, we lost a local legend.
Cowboy Brad Tatum unfortunately passed away earlier this week. If you knew Brad, you knew how awesome of a guy he was. It's gone way too soon. Savannah truly lost an original, and it sucks. It sucks bad. So R.I.P. To Cowboy. Thoughts out to his family, his friends. His family's fantastic as well. I hear somebody's working maybe on an event for him to help raise money for the family. So if we get more details on that, we'll let you know. But once again, R.I.P. Cowboy, man. You're going to be missed. It is the Cotter and Marshall Show. Rock 106.1. Have a good weekend.
All right, guys, that's the end of the show today. Thank you so much for hanging out. Thank you, Carly, for joining us today for Beer for Breakfast.
Thanks, guys.
We'll have just the video of the beer review up over the weekend whenever I get to it when I'm not drunk. So I'll send that link to you if you want to share it with anyone.
Yeah, absolutely, please.
And then that's it for the day. Obviously, I want to say thank you to Gibby and Wanda. They've created a new fan site for us, where you guys can go and experience the show on another level when we're not on the air. And obviously, you can find us on all social media at Cotter Marshall. And once again, rest in peace, our close buddy, Cowboy. Once again, huge fan of the radio station, well known for his weddings, his DJ work, and, of course, his trivia, bingo, karaoke business. So we'll leave you with this. You guys have a great rest of your weekend, and then we'll see you on Monday, 6 a.m.
I see you guys.